Now our mic's live.
All right. What's up, everyone? We're just waiting for pairings to get ready, playing a little moto. Brian's testing out some blue-green food chain.
Against some weird American Delver shenaniganders.
Yeah, with at least 3 basics so far. we don't know if they're running Wasteland or anything like that.
No one has any idea what's going on.
No, I have no idea.
So unfortunate resolves. Okay, you got a Sword of Fire, nice. I grasp the nature of this situation. I'm not gonna lose my Noble Hierarch to your Deathrite Shaman, stupid head.
You brainstorm, set up Oracle.
Yeah, totally. We're gonna do that. So it puts any land. It's a land card. Put it on the battlefield. Okay.
Yep.
Brainstorm.
Nice. You can even play that hierarch.
Yeah, exactly. So we want to put. I guess we'll put. Tropical Click. And play the island.
You mean click tropical, right?
Yeah, click on top. Click underneath the
Yeah.
tropical island. Coiling Oracle.
I don't know about anything happening FC Reaper, but a lot of new stuff can happen. This is great.
So much value. That was like a free brain. Like we basically just drew 2 cards and drew 3 cards and put 1 back.
Yeah.
Pairings players start time. We're just waiting for them. It sounds like we got players coming up. We're gonna finish this matchup really quick. Sounds like we got players coming in.
Should be getting going pretty soon. We got a bunch of different decks in the room. A couple people on Rug Delver.
Yep. Goblins is here for sure.
Goblins is here for sure. I know one person was looking at playing Manaless Dredge. I've seen a couple of show and tell decks that might be around.
I'm just getting water all over myself.
It'll be interesting to see what else shows up today.
Oh yeah.
I think we'll probably see a couple Death and Taxes. Yeah.
Some Maverick maybe.
Maverick maybe.
Some of the old standbys.
Yeah.
18 players today. Not bad. 740. So let's get the new round timer up.
There you go.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, so we got
With Miracles 4 and 1. Terminusing some Death and Taxes plebes. Cool. Okay, we're gonna get these tables set up.
all right.
It's gonna be who are our choices?
Ryan versus Kevin.
Rich and Johnny. So this is Rich over here. I don't know what Rich is on.
We'll find out.
And who was the other one?
Rich versus Johnny.
Don't know what Johnny's on either. They haven't been in for a while.
Mystery match. It's kind of the whole format right now.
Kind of is the whole format. Okay, and then on our table 2, we got Kevin over here. And Kevin, what has Kevin been playing recently? He's been switching around a little bit.
Yeah, he's kind of switched things up. It's hard to keep track of what he's on.
And then Ryan has also been switching things up with the ban. You're gonna lightning bolt my Noble Hierarchy, jerk?
I don't know what Ryan's playing, but I did see some show and tell-ish type stuff around next to him when I walked by. So we'll see.
That'll sure be interesting. Some interesting magics to be had. Well, let's start with the Coiling Oracle, because why not? Attack for 2.
All right, so Kevin's looking pretty burnish.
Yeah.
Mountains and goblin guides and burn spells.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to write burn just because that's a good start always. And I can't tell what Ryan has, but it looks like he's fetching and there's a show and tell in his deck. So let's say Bant, Post, Tell. That's what he's playing on Tuesday.
Well, fetches up Trop, so we'll see what happens here. He's going to start things off with the Ponder.
I mean, that's one way to do it.
Brainstorm. Ooh, he has Veteran Explorer.
Nice. It's usually that's usually a good time, having a Veteran Explorer.
Here comes Goblin Guide. In for 2, reveals Brainstorm off the top.
Okay. Going to 17 right there is pretty decent.
Here comes Veteran Explorer.
Weird. So he's on...
And Cloud Post. Okay. We got some shenanigans going on here.
Guys, my mind, there's just stuff oozing out of my ears, and it's all brain matter because I have no idea what to think of this new meta. I mean, I'm playing blue-green food chain, so I guess I can't really judge too much. And definitely, when we've got some time between rounds, you got to tell us what your thoughts are on Doomsday being banned out of existence.
Yeah, I'll share my thoughts.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so we got 2 reveals off of that. One was an Eye of Ugin, and the second reveal was Ugin, not Ugin, Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger.
The Ceaseless Hungo.
Hungo
the Bungo. Ulamog, what the...
We're going to get some basics into play here on both sides.
My head hurts so much.
Ryan's got a deck going.
He definitely has a deck going. That is the case.
We'll see if he can beat this double Goblin Guide, though. And Kevin, after that Veteran Explorer has plenty of mana at his disposal. It'll be pretty easy to get that life total down. We're going to see Chain Lightning and an Eidolon. Passes the turn. In response to that Eidolon,
there's a Brainstorm,
Brainstorm.
There's an Eye of Ugin. The nice thing about Ryan's deck is after a certain point, he doesn't need to play anything under the CMC4.
It's true. Although I do see a lot of undercards in his hand. It looks like there's a couple Abrupt Decays. Hard to say what else. Looked like a draw spell or 2.
Okay.
Kevin is presenting a 2-turn clock here. 2 life gained off of Glimmer Post coming into play.
Good thing there's not a Sylveric Vortex on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, prime time.
There comes a
Never mind about that. I think I know who has the 2-turn clock now.
Yeah. So that's going to do a good job of getting Ryan up to the mana that he needs and also padding that life total a little bit.
Certainly.
So we're seeing 4 life being gained off of this Glimmer Post.
Nice. And, well, it's not banned unless he's, it's bug post-tell?
It's looking more bug. We'll see.
We will definitely see at some point.
Is it 3? It might have been just 3 life gain.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Because he grabbed something else.
Yeah. Grab that Underground Sea, I think. All right, Kevin's thinking, man, I was really hoping not to see that this turn.
Yep.
Kevin does have a full grip, though. He might be able to
I mean,
beat through.
a double price of progress would probably get there. He's got 5 non-basics. Yeah, double price would win. My opponent didn't like this Vendilion click.
Aw.
Okay, we're going to close that down and pay attention to Magic now. Okay. Yeah, so he's just fetching here. He's trying to thin his deck out. I don't know. This prime time is really gonna end it.
He might have use for all that mana. Like, say he points a couple burn spells at the Titan.
Could happen.
Then gets in for 6 and then finishes up with like a price and a fire blast or something like that.
Yeah, could be a way to do it. But if he doesn't, Ryan has 9 mana currently.
Looks like Rift Bolt.
And after an attack, it'd be even more.
All right, so we're gonna swing for 6 here to start.
Toxic Deluge on the top. Goodness.
Land Deluge are the cards revealed. Eidolon gets fucked.
Well, Primetime has taken 2 damage already.
Yeah.
So Kevin just has to deal 4 to it to kill it.
I think we're going to see a hardcast Rift Bolt to you, Kevin says.
Okay. Price, there's a Fire Blast for sure.
And we'll see a Price of Progress.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big one.
That's for 10. That's Xaxes.
Yeah, that's for 10. Does Ryan have any interaction? Nope. Ryan's just going to scoop it up. So,
well,
Kevin takes that game, and
he actually
a pretty crucial turning point.
He actually had all that mana for a reason. It's the one time where it kind of like matters, and it certainly was a turning point. That's kind of just what you need to get. Now, is he playing Jund with no? Rich, are you playing Deathrightless Jund? Man, ballsy move. I guess he was trying to race it, and then it looks like Johnny is on Miracles. That one's pretty easy to tell with that monk token right there, and the Terminus off the top. I don't know. Did Rich hear that that they banned Deathright Shaman?
I don't know. We'll find out.
We absolutely will.
You know, it's not insane to replace that card with just another similar type card, or you could be playing just more.
Yeah, you could be playing Birds of Paradise, or you could be playing like more hand hate, stuff
right?
Like that.
Like more removal, more hand hate, whatever you want. And cards like Culligan's Command have certainly not lost any value.
Yep.
They're still as good as they were before.
Absolutely true. Rich is playing. He's got this Wasteland in play. He's like, just play non basic, please. Just one. Diane's like, nah. Basics are good for
I
me.
think I'm all right.
Basics are good for me. Yeah, there's 2 N's and not 2 H's. Shh.
Let's try that.
I know how to spell.
So this is exactly where Johnny wants the game to be. There's a Jace on the board. Rich has no real pressure, very limited amounts of interaction in hand. Looks like there's a Tarmogoyf, a Wasteland, and a Fetch Land, and one other card that I couldn't quite tell.
Yep.
So Johnny should be looking to kind of keep control of what he's got here. It looks like Teferi. That's interesting. So we're going to see Teferi come down on the board.
That is a magic card.
Uptick. Johnny draws a card.
And then untaps 2 at the end step.
Untap 2 at end step. Untaps Plains Island. Might be a little telling. No counter spell in hand with the white
blue team. I do not share your enthusiasm yet. I feel like it was fine, but I'm not the biggest fan of everything that's going on.
All right, so Inquisition's going to take that swords, and we're going to see Tarmogoyf enter the battlefield.
Yep. Show the 12 post match. We will put Ryan back on here in a second. We'll let this match kind of finish up and, or this game finish up. And then
they're still shuffling, guys.
Yeah, calm down. Let's watch Miracles. Draw their multiple cards per turn.
When they're done shuffling, which it looks like they're getting pretty close, we'll jump back over.
Yeah. Please show game 2 where Johnny spends 5 mana to Teferi and Rich Pyroblast it for him. Oh, man.
Could be good. Could be
I
good.
agree.
Ooh, so we're going to see Monastery Mentor come down on Johnny's side.
Thank you, Bryce. You're living it up. Okay, we're going to swap back to Ryan versus Kevin.
Probably the quicker match.
Right now.
All right.
Fetching off a Bloated Delta.
Getting things started.
Yep.
So if you're Ryan, I kind of wonder if you have the mana base to play around price or if you just have to try and beat it.
I think he just has to erase it.
Yeah. That's a rough spot to be in. I suppose he could have played around that whole sequence if he grabbed more Glimmer Posts. If he grabs like 2 Glimmer Posts or something like that.
So they're grabbing the Underground Sea?
Yeah. Kind of a weird thing to think about, though, and he might not be running that many.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Because he gains 8 life instead of 3.
Exactly.
Which would have put him at 1 at the end of that whole exchange.
Right.
Because of the Fire Blast.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough. Hey, look, we're all getting basic lands.
All right, so...
Ryan blocks to the Veteran Explorer. I don't know if giving Burn more basic lands is the best line of play.
It's kind of a hard thing to do. Like, Veteran Explorer is in your deck for that specific purpose, so I think you kind of have to do it, but...
Ryan needs more Plow Unders.
Yeah. I'm not sure Plow Under is going to do what you want it to do against Burn, but...
You know. We're all in this together.
At least Ryan gets to block the damage off of the Monastery Mentor or Swift Spear for a turn. Down comes Eidolon. Ryan untaps, draws for turn. Plays Caracas. And ponders, losing 2 life.
Yeah, losing that 2 life to Eidolon is pretty rough.
Keeps those on top.
Ooh,
Draws Rexade.
Reclamation Sage, yeah.
Kills Eidolon, taking 2 more.
You know what? I think that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Plus you can block the Swift Spear for a turn, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't have anything to pump it.
Well, even if it does, you're just fogging for a turn, right? Like,
yeah.
That's about as good as it's going to get.
Yeah, Rex Sage's gain 2 life. Well, I mean, it essentially goes net even, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But it kills the Eidolon, so you don't lose any more life from your...
Yeah, and if they use a burn spell on it, then you're gaining more, so...
Yeah. 3+ life.
Looks like Kevin's got a pretty stacked hand. I see
yeah.
Lots of red cards and not many spells. So we're going to start things off with Lava Spike here. 3 to the dome.
Yep.
Prowess triggers.
I think he has an Eidolon there that he wants to play with, but wanted to get in first. I'm surprised that
Ryan doesn't block. Interesting.
It's not like you exile your Reclamation Sages for value or anything. Like me.
And second Eidolon comes down.
Okay.
Very interesting. I really expected Ryan to block there.
So did I.
Ponder coming down. Ryan's going to lose 2 life. He sees Abrupt Decay.
One of them's obviously a Rancor, because you can't play a green deck without Rancor.
Of course.
That's what my deck's missing.
That is what your deck's missing.
Fuche needs Rancor. I don't win with infinite mana, I win with damage.
Yeah.
And 2/2/0 trample.
Trample damage.
The tampage.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, our backup match, game 1 is still going on. Oh, it just finished. And Johnny won it. So it looks like the right side of the table is on top right now. They are the champions.
so far. Scavenging Ooze comes down, and I think that might be a little too late here.
It's just too little too late.
So we're going to see that Chain Lightning or Lightning Bolt?
Yeah, Chain Lightning.
Chain Lightning.
Target you. Kevin's going to lose 2 life for it because Pyrostic Pillar.
Pillar of a creature.
Yeah, Veteran Explorer does seem super bad versus Burn. You probably sent that a little while ago, and I was not paying attention.
And price for another 4 life. And that's going to be it. So,
and Ryan says, yep, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, it was 2 for Kevin. Okay.
2-0. Yeesh. Well, it looked pretty one-sided there. Still a little bit surprised about that no block on
as am I.
the Monastery Swiftspear, but ended up probably wouldn't have mattered.
Ooze and the late Deathrite Shaman are always weird against Burn. You have to kill our creatures for even the slightest value. It's so true.
Yeah.
And even then, say for instance they get their Sulfuric Vortex down, and you're just like
exactly. Yeah.
Pretty much SOL.
Yeah. And Eidolon's just a house. When it's good, it's really good.
Truly. Truly.
Well, it wouldn't be Paragon City Games if we didn't have
Shuffle
cams. Best shuffle cams and all at Twitch.
Can't be beat.
See how this shakes up.
Yep.
So if you're rich, I think you're trying to get a couple of early disruption spells into a Liliana or something like that.
I think that's one of the ways to kind of cut back on Johnny's just potential, but definitely a couple of early disruption spells into a Goyf.
Sure.
Force him, get rid of the removal, get the Goyf down, put some pressure on, and then then a Liliana is excellent.
Get a creature in play and try to ride that to victory, and then force him to deal with it one-on-one.
Yep. You can never get enough of that shuffle cam.
Of course.
You're right, Jorgensen. I mean, sometimes it gets old, but most of the time it's excellent.
All right, so hands have been drawn. Let's see if they keep.
It looks like Rich has a pretty decent set of lands. And then Johnny keeps as well. Cool.
Oh yeah, true nightmare. We know why you're here. We always give the viewers what they want.
You come to see Bryce lose and you stay for the shuffle cams.
Exactly.
Best in the West. Haven't seen better. That is a Bob Fadant.
Bob in play. Grove as well. Worth noting. If you're Johnny, I think you're trying to deal with the early pressure and then get down. Well, you've got a lot of haymakers in this matchup. You've got Back to Basics, which can be pretty awesome. You've got
oh, that's the new Brainstorm.
That is the new Brainstorm.
I'm like looking at that. I'm like,
which
one is that? Yeah. Like, oh, that's Jason's Spellbook Brainstorm.
You've got ways to deal with their creatures. You've got limited ways to deal with their planeswalkers, so you'd rather kind of deal with them with counters.
Yeah.
But
you know what? I can't even see their life totals, but I don't think it matters too much. We should be able to see who's winning the game.
Should be all right.
I love Captain Casey. Is Rich where Deathrite Shaman's banned? Because I swear I read Jun on that screen. I mean, we haven't seen a Deathrite Shaman yet, so yes.
Maybe the answer is just more Rancors.
Maybe it is more Rancors.
Less Deathrites, more Rancors.
I mean, Rancor's better than Deathrite anyways. It gives you creatures trample.
Right. Well, it looks like
Dark
Dark Confidant coming down. We're going to really see how much greatness costs. We're going to start with a Thoughtseize. Which means no Death or no Confidant.
Yeah, but that is
double
Mentor, Swords to Plowshares.
Yeah, double Mentor.
Seriously.
Yeah. I think Loam gets a little bit better.
I think 4-color Loam does get a little bit better. 4-color Loam and Maverick both improve quite a bit. I think Maverick comes up way more ahead because there's just not the incidental like graveyard destruction.
Right. The Knights get a lot better.
Yeah, Knights get a lot better. But both of them have the Knights, and so they're both getting kind of that advantage from it.
Exactly. All right, so looks like Swords is going to be the take here.
Yeah, I think that's a little better than trying to take a Mentor.
Rich has a Lightning Bolt for one of the Mentors.
Yeah.
He might have it looks like he might have Punishing Fire as well. So you might not be too concerned about those, especially knowing that there's no other instants or sorceries in Johnny's hand.
Knight is greater than Mongoose. You know, why doesn't Jen play Mongoose, Nimble Mongoose? They probably put it in over Deathrite Shaman. It's about the same.
Yeah. Can't think of worse things to do. Terminus off the top is going to deal with that Dark Confidant. We know that there's another one in Rich's hand.
Uh-huh. I guess Rich is really glad he didn't play the second Dark Confidant right there.
Yeah, I think if you're Rich, you're kind of fist pumping here, right? You know exactly what's in Johnny's hand. You've got it covered right now. Yep. All you have to do is land a threat and go.
Yep. See, and I definitely think we play the Dark Confidant here, and I don't know that you fetch. I don't think that's right, but
yeah, Rich is gonna fetch.
I guess you can grab the Bayou and still tap your Wasteland. That way you have Punishing Fire without letting Johnny gain any life.
Sure.
Just without a Shaman? Yeah, I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know. I can't even begin to tell you the amount of craziness that is this.
So down comes Tarmogoyf.
Sorcery, instant, land. I think that's all we got until a Monastery Mentor comes down. Well, Johnny's shuffling away this before he goes to his draw step. He just apparently does not want to draw whatever else is on top.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it's basically, and you get Punishing Fire. Punishing Fire, Pyroblast.
This guy is crazy. Yeah.
I'm telling you that I agree wholeheartedly. There's something wrong with this head.
Sometimes you gotta be a little crazy.
I mean, you're a Doomsday player, so yeah. This doesn't even approach crazy.
Yeah.
This is tame.
Pretty tame.
We're still not even out of the woods.
There's woods?
I mean, I play forests.
Oh.
Forest Gumps. Forest Scump. Run, Forest, run.
Alright, Tarmogoyf in.
Okay, Johnny's contemplating that. Swords to Plowshares.
And with Wasteland.
I'm less surprised he's playing Jen without Deathrite Shaman. I'm more surprised he's playing Jen without Deathrite Shaman with Wasteland. Seriously.
Alright, so Snapcaster is the play, and I would be shocked if this doesn't get Pyroblasted.
Yeah. Yeah. If he waited for it to resolve and unshocked it, I would be even more shocked.
Yeah.
It would be a shocking conclusion.
Very. That does grow the Goyf as well. We're going to see Monastery Mentor number 1 enter the battlefield.
And we say, okay.
I think if you're Rich, you're fine with that.
Yeah.
Rich untaps. Draws for turn. How do I kill this Mentor? Let me count the ways. First, I'll attack.
Yeah, let's see how many removal spells you got there.
At least 3 in hand.
I know Rich does, certainly. No, they brought up the dice just to make sure. Instant, sorcery,
yep.
Land, creature.
4/5. And we're going to see Punishing Fire.
Enough with the Shocks joke. I'm off to watch Shocknado. Would you say that it's sparked an interest in you? Spark, shock.
Nah. Not tapping Wasteland for mana, no. Did leave that Wasteland open. There is one target on the field, not on Rich's side of the board, and that is Tundra. No, thank you.
You want lemon poppy seed marshmallow? It'll make you... I don't know. I don't know what that's going to do to me. We're gonna rush
We'll
slow.
find out.
I'm going to go slow because I need something in my system.
So Johnny has a Jace. He's looking at a hand of back to basics. It almost looked like there were two back to basics.
I see the Force of Will.
There's Force.
But Wasteland doesn't tap for mana because it's a spell, am I right?
Alright, so we're going to see Jace get bolted.
Bye-bye, Jace.
That just happens. Goyf grows to 5.
Tasty.
Ooh.
I mean, why doesn't he Wasteland the Thunder? Does he need 4 mana for something?
Might.
Maybe a Bloodbraid Elf.
Might just want double burn spell active too. I suppose he could do that off of the Bayou as well.
Potentially.
Johnny should be getting pretty low here. I'd be surprised if he's above 12.
That's what He's done 2 fetches now, plus the Goyf that's just been beaten and beaten. Captain QC is turning into Bryce. What happened?
Just happened. Brainstorm, start things off. Teferi.
Well, you know what the flavor text on that one says, right?
On which one?
On Brainstorm. It's like, I've had one idea. No, actually 3.
Alright, so he's gonna...
So Teferi puts it on the top, second, or third from the top. 2 down.
2 down. We're gonna bolt.
That Brainstorm.
Bolt to the face.
You're right, Captain QC. I got you good.
True Nightmare. Not a fan of that Brainstorm.
Punishing fire to the face.
So we're going to see that causes a Force of Will, saving 1 life.
Well, it essentially makes us punishing fire null.
Rich plays second Wasteland. Passes the turn, maybe?
Looks like it.
Looked like it, but Johnny hasn't untapped yet.
You're sorry, I'll keep talking about how sweet Deathrite Shaman was. Didn't you not like Deathrite Shaman? Isn't that the meme?
Alright, so now Johnny takes his turn.
I don't know, Johnny. I'm not sure why you looked at that like it was a miracle. If one of those wastelands were colored mana sources. Hey. We're all equal here. All lands are equal.
Except for non-basics.
Only if there's like a Blood Moon in play or something.
Alright, so we have second Mentor. And we're going to trigger that.
Off what?
With Brainstorm. And Johnny packs it in. So 1-1. Rich takes the game.
There we go.
A Johnny and Miracles? Did I misspeak? I don't think I said to Johnny.
Teferi?
Teferi?
Because it's a very good control card. It says, oh, let me draw a card and leave up Counterspell.
Teferi's interesting.
Literally the card Counterspell. It is.
I'm not sure if it's exactly what you want to be doing, but it's interesting.
I think that what Teferi brings to the table right there is it brings an extra removal spell and just some more protection for your Jaces.
Yeah.
I really like Teferi in the Miracles lists. I think the optimal is no more than 2, but probably just 1.
Like, is it better than just, like, splashing red for, like, Keranos?
I don't know.
I don't know
the answer. I think Keranos... I don't know. Teferi seems to fit more naturally with the overall game plan, right? But I think Keranos just helps you end the game much faster, and it's so hard to get rid of.
Yeah.
Having to exile it and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. This new world is great. I agree. I think the new world's great.
Jun Shaman list can win. Never see it coming.
Well, some people are priced into their legacy decks. Some people don't want to just build Reanimator.
Some people are just testing, too, to see what things are going to shake out to be like, you know, is this okay? Is this not okay?
Exactly.
It's fine to test out.
Exactly.
We're looking at day 1 post-bans, so.
But I think the thing, you know, I think the reason why people are discounting Jund is because it's all of its worst matchups are now the biggest part of the meta.
Sure.
And you no longer have even close to the edge you used to have against them. So
of course. But you never really know like how bad it really is going to be until you play against it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, losing ramp hurts a lot. The difference between a turn 2 Liliana and a turn 3 Liliana
is significant
huge.
in Legacy.
Yeah.
I mean, it means I can Mystic Snake their Liliana. That's all I need.
Yeah. Anyone who played Modern around the time that Deathrite got banned in Modern.
That's really interesting to be playing
that.
Keranos and Reanimator. I didn't realize QC was... I didn't realize anyone did that. Birds? I mean, you can play Birds of Paradise. We haven't seen that either.
Yep, haven't seen a Birds yet.
I mean, maybe.
Johnny with Fetch Land Go.
Burbs! I mean, there's no red, green, or black burbs, right? Just strictly red, green, or black.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Yeah. Birds are such a white blue.
Jund bird would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, white blue is like the burb color, right?
Oh, yeah. Totally. Don't know.
Well, that is interesting. Keranos can be reanimated under Containment Priest because it's not a creature.
Carpet of Flowers main seems really iffy, Andy.
Yeah.
So down comes a Sylvan Library, though.
Why am I not playing Carpet of Flowers in Blue-Green Food Chain?
In the sideboard, you can.
Yeah, why aren't I doing that?
I don't know. Why aren't you doing that?
Exactly. I'm surprised that it took me this long to be like, duh, Carpet of Flowers. It makes so much sense. Whatever. But so does Birds. Yeah. Birds also has flying, and if you get a Rancor, give it a Rancor, it's a flying trample 2/1.
Why aren't you playing red and Squee?
Because Squee is garbage. All the food chain decks that people want to play, the Entomb Reanimator Squee thing, like Nate's deck, I don't think are great right now.
Alright, so
It's
Council
unique.
Judgment resolves, and both
Yes.
players vote for the Sylvan Library. No big surprises there.
Yeah, I think that's the best choice. Oh man, sitting in this chair makes me want to like fall asleep. I almost nodded off on your Keranos question.
Can't quite tell what that card is.
Out there on the edge.
Is that Reverent Silence?
Reverent Silence would not be an enchantment. He paid 3 mana for it?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Grounds. No.
Ground
It's
seal
getting
cost 2.
It's getting forced. Yeah, I know. It's ground seal. Oh, that pyroblast though. Oh,
See, brainstorm.
brainstorm in response. Okay. Oh, choke.
Choke makes a lot more sense.
Where's Paul when we need him? You know, his deck box from the Legacy Symposium, the 1K back in December, is here.
Yeah.
We finally got it. There's Paul in chat.
Hey, Paul.
It says choke him out.
There you go.
That's what his deck box says.
Well, Choke doing a decent amount of work here, keeping both those islands tapped.
Jeez. It's pretty bad for Johnny. It's good for Rich. I should play choke in my blue-green deck. No.
Unfortunately, Rich doesn't have a clock right now to really capitalize on this, so Johnny's going to have a lot of time to draw out.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have a clock yet.
Down comes...
There's a clock.
Down comes a clock. Bloodbraid,
Pyroblast,
not the best hit.
He's going to put that on bottom.
Yeah.
Choose not to cast it.
Not
okay.
the best hit, that's for sure.
Certainly not. Swing 3.
Choke versus Back to Basics. Yeah, we know that Johnny does have Back to Basics in the deck.
Yep.
So we're going to see Mentor being played here. We know that Johnny has swords in hand as well.
Can we see life totals? Unfortunately, Bear with 2 guns, we're not going to have life totals until next round on this table.
We'll get them sorted for you next round. They got pushed up a little bit further.
We also forgot to give him a timer today. But, alack.
Who needs?
I don't care.
Who needs a timer?
Look, I have a rape whistle.
It's an important thing to have.
I mean, you never know. You never know in this day and age.
All right, so Liliana is gonna enter the battlefield here, and
I mean, I think you just minus. I think you do.
You definitely minus, and that's gonna force Johnny to swords in response. Maybe not. Okay, just gonna take 3. Interesting.
Very odd.
Well,
he would have to get a Tundra.
Yeah.
And then it stays tapped. And then he has no more blue sources. He's trying to find a...
But then you get to clear the Liliana, potentially.
I understand. Yeah. And clearing the Liliana is big. But
yeah, I don't know. Obviously, Johnny's got other plans.
Yep.
Johnny might just be trying to get up to 5 mana for Teferi so he can untap those islands.
Yep.
Well, apparently not. Just wants to brainstorm.
That is a weird place to brainstorm if you weren't going to... Whatever.
Yeah, this line isn't making a lot of sense to me. Yeah, you get to put the Terminus back, but... I don't know about this.
Terminus is on top.
Also, you're...
Resetting the Bloodbraid Elf doesn't seem great.
Yeah. I mean, Bloodbraid to the bottom's okay, but, you know.
Yeah, but then it goes in the deck and you can shuffle it up.
Yeah.
Having more access to Bloodbraid Elves is never what you want as a Miracles player.
Johnny,
I don't think.
Johnny discards Force of Will.
I think I figured out how Captain QC hurt a Johnny because of Johnny.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and we were kind of talking about actions he was taking. Well, predict. I'm going to name this. Hey, look, we got a Terminus.
Surprise!
Okay, I mean, it turns off the clock.
There's still a Liliana in play, and you could have had a token that would have been able to attack it.
Yep.
Dark Confidant the play.
I mean, that's a pretty good card. When Liliana puts you guys on parity.
Yep.
That's a pretty good card to get.
For sure.
It's the comfort level of my chair. I'm gonna scoot back here.
All right.
Behind the action and see if I can focus a little bit better because I'm not doing well for some reason.
Second Liliana comes down. That's going to uptick.
Nice. You guys land Liliana, go.
I think if you're rich, you got to be pretty happy about the board state here.
Yeah, it's like a sort of a lock. Tommy wants another blue source so he can play as Teferi.
He's got to find one pretty quick.
Yeah.
It might not even be good enough at this point. So, Monastery Mentor is the pitch. And if you're rich, that kind of has to signify something. Tarmogoyf is played. Creature, land, sorcery, instant, and planeswalker should be in the graveyard.
Creature, land, instant, sorcery, and planeswalker 5.
Yeah, so it should be a 5/6, I believe.
Yeah, because that Sylvan Library went to exile.
Exactly.
Council's judgment, how dare you? You're living a life that none of us could have.
And that's going to be the match. So
wow.
Rich takes that match 2-1.
Jones
just kind of able to grind it out there.
Yeah. Weird. That was not the result that I was kind of expecting there. I thought that Miracles could get it, but it looks like the Miracles player kept a pretty land-heavy hand and just kind of got locked down in the wrong place.
Yeah. You know, that'll happen sometimes, especially when you're able to land a really strong card like Choke, able to cut off those blue mana sources from Miracle's side. Yeah. And
seriously.
Round 1 in the books.
Yeah, that's round 1. I made it through. I did. So for all of you out there in the magical Christmas land that is our Twitch viewership, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all the above, I will probably be cutting out after round... did I forget to put Facebook Live? That is hilarious.
Ryan. What you doing, man?
I don't know. Well, I'm live on Facebook now. Oops.
Gotta keep an eye on this guy.
But I've got to cut out after round 2. My wife is out doing things. My daughter is with my mother. It's her birthday, but her father is in the hospital, and so we're kind of all just switching around so that everyone can get everything done.
Yeah. But I'll be here the whole night with you guys.
Yeah, he's much more awake than I am, also, which is kind of important. But, so while I'm still here, let's talk about the bannings that have... Like, this is the elephant that we've been talking about all week, but that's in the room. But specifically about what happened to you.
So, it's a real shame. We all know that Doomsday was the best deck in the format, right?
Absolutely.
So...
It was so good it was tier 0, so no one would play it.
It makes perfect sense to me that they would ban Gitaxian Probe. Because, you know, let's face it, Doomsday was a really overpowered deck, right? Now,
Jorgensen, wait, there were bannings? Oh, no, Jorgensen, don't worry about it. You don't need to get drunk and mad again.
Now, the downside is that with Gitaxian Probe being banned, they also preemptively banned Deathrite Shaman. And Deathrite Shaman, as we all know, was preemptively banned because without Doomsday to keep Grixis Delver and
check.
4-color in line,
exactly,
it would have just run over the format.
Exactly,
right?
yeah,
so
yeah.
They preemptively banned Deathrite. And I feel really sorry for the Deathrite players that this happened. But, you know, it's just something that Wizards did.
Yeah.
But
I mean, they definitely were targeting Doomsday.
Yeah, exactly.
Doomsday was the problem in the form.
Exactly.
Has Matt mourned? I mean, yes.
I'm still in mourning. No.
Hence why you see the mostly black demeanor. He's Hulk now. His trick is to always be mad, and he can take any banning.
But, yeah. Deathrite
always be mad and drunk, and you'll never have to like get mad and drunk and people not know.
Oh,
anyways.
there you go.
This was funny. We streamed yesterday afternoon and evening, and Captain QC is like, it's like Bryce is bad at Magic, or what was the other one that you said, QC? You said something else because I said that Jurgensen's always mad and drunk. Shake up the format for the Pro Tour. Everyone knows gamers can't be exciting if people have seen the decks before. You tried banning top to stop the Doomsday Menace.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
They tried to ban top, and that just didn't work. It still kept on going. So.
Oh yeah, that Captain QC is a horrible human being. That Bryce's Planet Magic and Captain QC is a horrible human being. They're all synonymous.
So it's kind of back to the drawing board with Doomsday. There's a lot of people on the Discord right now that are trying to work it through, and I'm trying to work it through. It's probably not going to happen until we can figure out where the format's going to land and see if there's any way to make it work consistently.
Hashtag free top, you're right. Banning Terminus.
Man, I'd be so happy
if we want to see Miracles leave the format. I don't think that's necessarily what we want, though. I think Miracles is a good check on a lot of the decks.
Yeah, and I do like having a deck like that in the format.
There is zero track record for that behavior. For unbannings in Legacy. Yeah. Just a gut feeling, no basis for that wild speculation at all.
They should just unban top in any deck containing at least 3 copies of Doomsday.
So just Doomsday?
No, any deck that runs 3 Doomsday at minimum.
You're right. Ban Counterbalance? I don't know. I'd like to ban Terminus. I think Counterbalance is fine. Like, it's a very good... I think it's a very well-designed Magic card in the raw.
Yeah.
But it should be more like Chalice, where Gut Shot will be banned next.
That's your gut feeling? Does it feel like your gut was shot?
Yeah. And Veteran Explorancy.
So Deathrite being banned does shake things up.
Yes.
But I'm not sure that Deathrite was really oppressive.
It
was good.
No.
It was really good.
But on Tuesday while I was playing, I realized why Deathrite Shaman was stupid. I literally won. I dealt 16 damage with 2 Deathrite Shamans to a Miracles player.
Oh, yeah. And games like that will happen non-zero amount of the time.
And so I think, just the incidental hate that card brings to the format just is so bad for a lot of people.
So I was looking up, and I think we can pull up these numbers.
Not Gutshot, Noxious Revival.
There was a good breakdown on MTG Top 8 of the most played cards in Legacy. And here's the top list of the most played cards in Legacy. And top of the list, no big surprises there. Brainstorm.
Absolutely.
Brainstorm at 55% of decks.
Yeah, let's pull this up for everyone to see.
Then you have Force of Will right under that, 50%, followed by Ponder at 50%. Then you have Polluted Delta at 48, Wasteland at 40, and Deathrite Shaman at 39.
Yeah, so people are honestly playing more Wastelands than they are playing Deathrite Shamans, just in general.
Just barely.
But so if we take the lands off the list, then Deathrite Shaman is in 4th place, yes.
Yes.
But
so I think the bigger problem with that picture is if you look at the top cards in that list, all of those top cards were being played in the same deck.
Yes.
So you have Brainstorm, Force of Will, Ponder, Polluted Delta, Wasteland, Deathrite Shaman, Volcanic Island, Underground Sea, Tropical Island, Scalding Tarn.
Literally that is Grixis. That's Grixis Delver.
Is Grixis Delver.
Yeah.
And that to me is a snapshot as to why they made this change.
I agree completely. Now the next one they're gonna do is it's just gonna pretty much be a snapshot of Rug Delver, but at least from what we can see.
I'm sure a lot of people will be jumping over to Rug Delver, but people have played a lot against Rug Delver. People know how to play against Rug Delver. They just have to go back far enough to get back to that.
I really want to see you play Cephalid Breakfast.
That is a deck that got a little bit better now that Deathrite Shaman has been...
You don't have the incidental hate to worry about.
Yep.
You mean people wanted to play the best cards in their decks? Cards that allowed them to win games? What a revelation.
I know, Jorgensen, but stick with me. I know it's kind of hard. It's a hairball idea, but, I think it's got some merit.
Yeah. I think just a little bit. Maverick will definitely see play. Maverick is a very good deck right now.
definitely. Yeah, Maverick, I think, gets a boost for sure. We were talking about how good a Knight of the Reliquary is.
Yes.
Now that there's a lot less incidental hate against
I
your
played
lands in the graveyard.
I played against it with my blue-green food chain, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is like, oh, I can totally do this. Well, one, I forgot that I don't have all of the, I don't have abrupt case like I used to have in blue-green food chain.
Yep.
And two, Lotus Cobra plus Scrib Ranger plus Dryad Arbor is pretty disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So many versions. Yeah.
Maverick,
definitely.
yeah. There's also a ton of versions in Nickfit, and we'll see a lot of Nickfit coming back.
Yeah, it's another thing,
because being able to cheat mana in, I mean, the nice thing, right, is because of this change, people are going to be running more basics and stuff, so Veteran Explorers will go a little worse.
Yeah.
But even when Kyra and I were playing Nickfit last night, it just felt better. It was so much better.
Now, there is one downside, and that is people will be running more dedicated graveyard hate now that they don't have incidental graveyard hate.
Yes.
So post-board games get a lot worse.
Yes.
But pre-board games probably get a little bit of a boost.
Yep. So any deck that really needs to worry about that post-board sort of game will be boarding for that. And with Nickfit, I mean, we got Grave Titan, which is really hard for some of those decks to deal with.
Yeah.
So
if you can land an early Grave Titan, so much fun.
We landed a turn in 3. Hey, it looks like the round ended and we're going to be getting the pairings up here shortly.
All right, more magic.
More magic.
Well, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us today.
Yeah.
All 44 of you so far.
Feel free to like and subscribe so that you can... I'm just kidding. This isn't YouTube. But definitely follow us. Subscribe if you've got your Prime. Yeah. Your Prime thing set up. We're bringing back more Legacy content. We had a short little dip over the beginning of the summer, the end of the spring, as we were kind of trying to ramp up for some new stuff. But yeah, it's exciting.
And we have tournaments here twice a week for Legacy, and we stream those every week, Tuesdays and Fridays.
Yep.
And 4 rounds each week, and we just enjoy Legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we'll also be doing some more Magic Online. Well, we'll see if we can get Matt in here for some of it, but
yeah, it'd be sweet.
We're definitely going to be kicking around new deck ideas and going back to old ones and being like, okay.
God knows I need some new deck ideas.
Seriously. I mean, the basis for that blue-green list comes from a 2012 article by Tyler Tisdale.
Nice.
On Quiet Speculation about blue-green food chain.
Nice.
And I'm like, damn.
Old tech.
Shave and a haircut.
Cheer, cheer.
For his 2 cents. You're welcome.
All right, so pairings are going up. Should get those pretty soon.
They're ready for us. We're ready for them. I don't know what's going on. I love how it still says Tuesday Night Legacy here. I should probably change that.
You mean it's not Tuesday?
What? Friday Night Legacy?
Why can't it always be Tuesday?
It's always Tuesday somewhere. That's not even close to
true.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, you guys got to help me keep an eye on Brian. Never know what he's going to do.
You know? Yeah. It's, well, I got Calvin over here.
So, is Calvin on rec today?
It's not... Oh, no, is that not Calvin?
Let's see who we got.
I think it's Noah and Josh.
Noah and Josh.
We're going to just say reg. Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't do it to me. Don't do it.
If you had Wednesday off, it feels like Tuesday. Yeah, I guess.
Sort of. Almost. What do you think Josh is playing today?
My bet's on Miracles. Which variation is up to
It's up to, yeah. Certainly going to be a thing that we see.
He changes around his win cons all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Which is actually really kind of cool to see.
And I know that he's advocating not Search for Ascanta.
Josh on the right.
No.
Are you sure?
Isn't Josh this one right?
I think that's Josh.
They both have the same sleeves, and they both have Asian-looking hands.
I think it's Josh on the right.
Don't say that. We'll fix it. I don't know if I want to watch Burn versus Jund or whatever's going on this table.
I think you got the names reversed, but we'll see.
I think you're right. Miracles, Josh Miracles, and Noah Rugg. Josh is on the right.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Zach's like, got him. Magic in its pure form, tempo.
Yeah, I know we saw Studatnu in chat earlier, and I'm sure he's super excited about Canadian Threshold.
Yep, Canadian Thresh. You know, I was just listening to which podcast is that? Oh yeah, you're right. Snaz. And it's going to be 21-26. Okay.
Boom. All right.
We see you, Josh. Well, it looks like Noah's going back once more. Get 6 cards instead of 7. Because what's better than 6 cards is 7 cards.
This might be a Miracles mirror match.
Yep.
It looks like a Miracles mirror match.
Yep. Noah is on Miracles. He ruined our hopes and dreams. I am going to say that we watch.
I think we can watch the other one, and this one will probably still be going.
Yes, they can have fun. Hey, look, Thoughtseize. Oh, that's bad. I think you take the Swift Spear. I don't know.
It kind of depends on your hand, right? You might have an answer to the Swift Spear in the form of like Lightning Bolt or something like that.
That's true, and then you take Price of Progress.
Yeah, you'd probably want to take either Price or maybe Fire Blast.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Probably just have to take Price. Yeah.
Yep. Rich is like, well, that was a mistake.
Yeah.
You take Price of Progress? Jorgensen. Just come on, okay.
All right, Swift Spear comes in for 1. Catacombs go for Rich, or not go. Just gonna crack it now.
I mean, Rich is already getting close to the danger zone with what we can see. DIIH Dota. Dota?
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you for the follow.
I say Die
Dota?
Die Dota.
That makes sense. Works. You know, I'm a League of Legends player myself, but, you know, to each his own. Dota is a great game. I did start playing it during the Warcraft 3 when it was still called Defense of the Ancients. Like, full title, Defense of the Ancients. And I was like, this game's sweet. But I also played a ton of tower defenses because I'm a bad person.
I haven't played that in forever.
Dota or Warcraft 3?
Dota.
Yeah.
Also Warcraft 3, but...
What were the decks in round 1? It was Burn versus kind of a Bug...
Bug Cloud Post?
Yeah, Bug Post deck. And then it was Miracles versus Jund.
Yep. And we've got Jund again here versus Burn. And our other matchup is Miracles versus Miracles.
And we're like, we're going to watch the one that's going to get over a little faster.
For sure.
Just a tiny bit.
We'll see what else happens. There's still plenty of other decks in the room.
Yeah. I mean, Tarmogoyf and against the Monastery Swift Spear is pretty good.
Yeah, there is that Searing Blaze.
Okay. I mean, it's basically a lightning bolt.
It's a lightning bolt that allows the Swift Spear to either trade or get through.
Yeah.
Right?
So that'll put Rich to 11.
And I think if you're Kevin, you're pretty happy with either result.
No Rogue Delver right now. Sorry, David Elbire.
There is in the house, but not on camera currently.
Yeah, not currently on camera. No, that's not Badlands in a Swamp. That's Forest in a Badlands. He got a Forest off of his Verdant Catacombs. And there's Punishing Fire.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Where's the green mana for Goyf? That Forest right there. So that's a Forest.
The Forest is in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have Forest, Badlands, Wasteland are their lands.
You don't know your Zendikar full arts, do you?
To get that basic land game on point.
Yeah. Zendikar. Yeah, I understand that you thought it was a swamp, but I will pull up an image of it for you. This right here is the forest that we're looking at. It is forest number 247 from Zendikar. Oops.
Oh. There we go. All right, so we got some Bloodbraid action coming on, and that's going to get a bolt.
John Avon ones are the ones worth knowing. You're right. You're absolutely right.
True. All right, so
Lightning Bolt, he's going to cast it, go to 8.
Yep.
He's going to hit the Eidolon.
Bolt doing its best Char impersonation here.
Yep, and now Goyf is a 5/6, and we're going to get in for 8.
Yeah.
This is
pretty quick.
This is a dangerous position for him, though.
So we know that there's Fire Blast in hand. If Kevin has another 1-mana burn spell,
or another Swift Spear,
the
game's over.
Yeah.
Yep. Heart of the cards. What do we got, Kevin?
Even any 1-mana haster, right? So
yeah.
Goblin Guide works as well.
Chain Lightning you.
Do you wish to copy? Chain Lightning you.
Okay.
Do you wish to copy? Fire Blast you.
Yep.
And that'll do it. So Kevin takes game 1.
Well, we know that Rich is going to be setting out some number of Thoughtseize. Probably all of them.
You know, it kind of depends. Thoughtseize on the play, I'm not sure that I necessarily would take out.
I guess you're right.
Because you'd rather take 2 damage and take a larger burn spell from their hand, or cut them off from additional burn. So, like, if they have an Eidolon or something like that, it's much better to just take 2 and take out the Eidolon, right?
Yeah,
so
it's absolutely true.
I think I'd be tempted to take out Dark Confidant.
Yes. Yeah, usually that comes up.
I think
it can trade with creatures, but it's not super relevant.
Right. I think it kind of depends on how many cards you have to bring into the matchup. If he has like some number of Krosan Grip type effects or something like that, do you bring those in? I don't know.
I don't know there. I know if you have Thragtusk or Obstinate Baloth or Kitchen Finks, those are all coming in.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the auto include.
And any life gain card that you have in your sideboard is coming in.
Yep. One of the cards that I always loved in Modern, John, was Pulsa Marasa. That card is silly.
Yeah, Pulsa Marasa is really interesting. It actually has some implications in Legacy as well. You're able to...
I'm thinking of all these good sideboard cards now. Continue.
Yeah. You're obviously able to gain life.
Mm-hmm.
You're also able to return a card to a player's hand.
Jorgensen, that's the closest burn center.
That's great.
We should make a shirt for burn players that just says find the nearest burn unit.
That's great.
Oh man. Counterbalance Soothsaying, so
we're doing some heavy soothsaying here.
Yeah, we are. Very interesting game. I think Josh is ahead as far as the amount of damage that he's dealt. But
Noah certainly has the board with that counterbalance and soothsaying.
Yeah.
So we're going to see Ponder here. Looks like a couple of cards that don't really matter too much. Looks like there is a counterbalance of Josh's own.
Andy Prime worries that there's going to be a new world of that we're back to Miracles magic.
Could be.
Hey, look, I counter your counterbalance with my counterbalance.
Oh, man.
Got him.
That doesn't seem very balanced.
I really like Burn in a World Without Shaman. I don't like Jund right now. No, I don't think Jund is great right now. I think his round 1 win was kind of a fluke. Kind of. Rich is a very good Magic player.
It was able to provide a decent amount of pressure against Miracles.
It was.
I think Miracles has a big problem with some of these aggro decks, though.
It really does.
Like, against Goblins, if they go turn 1 Lackey, you're going, oh no.
Yeah.
if you don't have
the sword
if you don't have the
in your
swords
hand.
right there, you're going, oh no.
Oh yeah.
Especially if they're putting it in off of like a cavern.
Yeah.
Or a vial.
Oh yeah. Those are both big threats. Big threats. Okay. We've got our Burn Jund matchup back.
Alright, there's your basic swamp right there.
Which is a beautiful basic swamp, by the way.
It is.
Beautiful.
Nice and foil too.
The biggest thing I'm sad about with the ban is basically my entirely foiled out food chain deck. I have to change so many cards.
You have to change 8.
What?
8 cards?
Well, if I want to get foils of things, my mana base changes a lot as well.
That's right.
At
least you're not changing a bunch of dual lands though, so that's.
But I have to get 2 more Misty Rainforest, which is kind of rough.
Yeah.
That's like $800 if I want to keep it foiled out the way that I have it foiled out.
Fair enough. So we have turn 1 Inquisition of Kozilek. And we see Kevin has double Goblin Guide. Wasteland the draw off that Goblin Guide attack trigger.
Yep.
Kind of interesting that Kevin sided in
Relic of
Progenitus. That seems like kind of the incidental thing that you don't want to necessarily have. Dark Confidant in play for Rich.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see
it. Like, it's kind of, I don't know.
It can trade with most of the creatures that Kevin's playing.
Like, if you're not playing it, you're probably just gonna take damage anyway.
Yeah.
Like, they either have to waste mana.
Oh wow!
Wow, these Goblin Guides doing some work.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna see a trade here.
Yep.
Rich drew 2 lands off of the Goblin Guides.
Who knew that Goblin Guides
3
turn
total.
into divinations when you start paying attention?
If you're Rich, you got feel pretty happy about getting those lands off the top as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're gonna draw some actual factual things. Now this Relic presented us will also kind of help with making sure that the graveyards get emptied correctly.
Yeah.
Now did he just draw another land? Was that a wasteland?
It might be.
Yep, it was a wasteland.
So kind of 4 lands in a row here. I'm not sure how much I like Relic in this matchup, though. I feel like you're losing a lot of velocity when you side in a card like Relic.
I agree. Now, if you have it main deck, like in Food Chain.
So here comes him.
No, I would still flip the Rift upside down.
Yeah, I would too, but
just in case you have another one. Ooh, wow. Got Eidolon and Sulfuric Vortex. This is some power. I mean, that's kind of, you know, the old art for Power Sync from Tempest?
Yep.
Yep, that's kind of what that felt like. Just really got him. You flashed that really quickly, Rich. We didn't see what it was.
The Thoughtseize.
Okay. Value. I mean, if Kevin's got a land in his hand and he can get Rich to play that Thoughtseize, like...
Yep, yeah. Thoughtseize here is kind of the risk of keeping Thoughtseize in your deck post-board.
Yeah.
We're going to see
is this, Dark
Confidant number 2 come down.
Okay.
And here comes Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens here.
This could very well be a Fire Blast in his hand.
So it is.
Yeah.
Fire Blast. So Fire Blast essentially dealt 2 damage instead of 4. You didn't have to sack your lands.
Yep. It's kind of like add a weird cycling effect.
I'd imagine if you're Kevin, you're going to activate your Relic. Doesn't activate Relic end a turn to draw. Interesting.
I'm surprised at that as well. And this Rift Bolt, you gotta decide where do you point it. I think that's right to point it at the.
Yeah, Rich is still at a decent life total, double-digit life total.
Yeah, if it was like 6 or 7, I'd probably do it the other way. And then he's drawing the card here. I like that a lot.
I think I would have drawn last turn.
Well, no, I guess to be mana efficient. Wouldn't have changed too much. Now you see a Goyf coming up.
And that's fine. Graveyards are empty. For now. That's fine.
What are
you just trying to get damage in while you can.
Show me a Grim Lavamancer. The Grim Llama Mama. Oh, there you go.
Another Relic.
I guess he doesn't want to lose to Goyf. It's a nice 0-1 you've got there, Rich.
Yeah, I agree, Jorgensen. You don't play Burn to go medium, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you start pointing burn spells at creatures, it's really hard to
finish the game. Oh yeah. Hey Kyre. Hey Tim. What's up? Okay. Are you gonna sub me out, Kyre? Sub me out. We're watching Jund. This is your old standby.
We got Jund versus Burn here.
Hand me the water. Just hand it. Oh, sorry guys. And on the backup cam is Miracles versus Miracles, so that's why we're watching this one.
That's probably a more interesting matchup, honestly.
It could be, but it's probably going to still be going on when we get over there.
Yeah, definitely. So I've played a decent amount of Jund. This is not what Rich wants to see.
No. And Rich down to 4 life here. Ref didn't see a clean tag there.
What happened? What?
You were tagging in. You didn't see a clean tag.
No, I missed. It wasn't a clean tag.
How else are you supposed to run the marathon if you don't do the clean tag?
It was never.
Maybe we should get a baton to pass between.
We should. Definitely, I wasn't counting on being here, so I didn't bring the baton. Unfortunately.
Sad times.
You think Jund, Food Chain, and Lauren are all in bad shape?
Well, Brian's been working on blue-green Food Chain, and it's still looking promising. It's not the same.
It is not the same.
It's not the same.
It's a different deck, honestly.
It's a completely different deck.
Yeah, I don't. It's in bad. It is in bad shape. It's not like it's in good. It's not like it's good.
Yeah.
You know.
It's gonna need some work.
It will. Agrolome, however.
Oh yeah.
Agrolome's great.
If you're interested in playing a Jund strategy right now, I think Agrolome's as close as you can get.
Yes, it is. Yeah, maybe. I don't really think Allurin. I don't think Allurin was really a big deck in the format, even before the Deathrite banning. I mean, I guess Food Chain wasn't really either, but I actually think Food Chain was a decent deck.
Yeah. I think it'll be interesting to see if Sultai kind of pops up in any shape.
Yeah.
Rich down to 1.
Oh yeah, he's very dead. He's holding land Thoughtseize?
Yep.
What? He's living another turn. Alright.
Yeah.
He's got 2 wastelands on the board that do nothing.
He's got to fade a lot of turns here.
Do I think that Sneak and Show will see an upswing? Maybe not necessarily a huge upswing, but I mean the deck's gonna be great, right? I mean, it was great before, and it's going to be great now. All the fair decks just got slower, and it's not a fair deck.
Sure. Yeah.
So it gets to keep its speed, and all the things that are trying to beat it in a fair way are
all right. There we see
gonna have trouble.
The match.
So I think
goes to Kevin.
Whoa. What's going on over here?
Well, we got some counterbalances. We got Jace and Snapcaster in play. It looks like this is still the same game that we checked in on before.
Okay. So we have Soothsaying versus Jace, huh?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Both players with counterbalances. I think Jace on board is heavily favored here, though. You're able to mess with the top of their deck. You're able to keep pressure on the board.
Let me predict the future. 0-0-1. I don't think so. Andy Prime. I think we're gonna see
both these players are
at least 1-1. At least 1-1. Either that or I think we'll get through 2 games.
So Noah has a Jace of his own. Let's see what happens here. Looks like that's gonna resolve.
Is there any spice in the room tonight? I don't know. Sorry, I just got here.
Spice in the room tonight. Well, I think Jund without any is kind of spicy.
I think that was the spice. Yeah.
I think there's not really enough of a metagame developed at this point to have spice, as it were.
I don't know. We'll see.
We've seen Miracles play Teferi.
That's kind of spicy.
5-mana Teferi.
So instead of like a 5-mana win con or like a Baneslayer Angel or a Gideon or something, they played Teferi.
Yep.
That's interesting. It's like a card that does something and can win. Okay, that's cool.
It was interesting. We were kind of commenting before, though, that it seemed a little bit lackluster as opposed to like splashing for like a Keranos or something. But
yeah.
So more of a saltpeter than spice, yeah. Fair enough.
Well, we got Jaces on both sides. We got a real game here.
Yeah.
And honestly, if there's Jaces on both sides, like I actually think that Soothsaying might be good enough in this matchup to keep Josh off spells with counterbalance. Like
it's
possible.
It's really more interesting than the board state implies, right?
Yes.
Like, both these Jaces are able to kind of mess with each other, but they're also able to provide advantage, and the way that you use them can very directly impact the game.
Yeah. Are those 3 angels? Did he cast Entreat this last turn? Or this turn?
I missed that. It looks like he did.
Okay, 3 angels. Yeah, then I don't know.
Yeah, those are 4/4 angels.
The die is 3 angels.
There's a terminus, so that's not going to matter.
Depends. Is there a terminus on top of the library?
We're gonna see.
Well, we're gonna fetch and work.
All right, looks like
ready, set, go.
Noah's a brainstorm.
Our life totals are just completely off the screen. Lovely.
Yeah. As you do.
I'm going to Soothsaying for 100.
Brainstorm to shut down the brainstorm of Josh's. And Terminus is on top. Wow. That's a blind Terminus on top, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blind Terminus on top to stop Terminus? That's pretty awesome.
Really? He just fetched, right?
Yeah.
Tried to cast Brainstorm.
It's blind.
Tried to cast Brainstorm.
Yeah.
It got countered and...
Yeah. And then there's Terminus right on top. That's great.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that is hilarious.
That is awesome. And that's good.
He just scoops it, yeah. All right.
Yeah, wow. Sometimes you just have it. So Josh takes the game. Wow.
What have I just walked into, guys? I don't understand what's going on.
You know, we're so used to Josh setting those up that when it happens and it's just blind, you're like, wait, what?
With Josh, I find like he's keeping track, and I'm not keeping near the amount of track that he is. So like, usually when things work out that beautifully, I'm just like, yeah, he probably set it up.
Yeah.
You know, like I wasn't watching like the whole time, but I think he set it up.
Yeah.
So when he doesn't, I'm just like, okay,
never didn't have it.
Judge. Oh man.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing, MTG Horde Dog. Whether you play Leo or True Name in your bug deck, if that's what you're gonna do, I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
That's what's kind of crazy right now is like, so I'm having a lot of people contact me and talk. You know, they want to know my thoughts about Legacy and where it's going and what it is now, and I just keep telling people, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I know about I know about as much as you. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
All I know is that Legacy was a good format before Deathrite was printed.
It'll still be a good format.
And
it's just going to take some time to shake it.
And I think that a lot of those decks that were really popular during that time are going to be back.
Yeah.
I would expect that.
At least to start out with. We'll see what happens. And there's always new cards.
Right. And then we have to factor in the cards that have been printed in the last 5 years or so since Return to Ravnica, and, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones that haven't already been banned.
Hi, RBSK212.
What's up?
How's it going? Hope you're enjoying the stream.
You know, like, I think the crazy part is like, I think that all of the decks that did not have Deathrite Shaman in them,
yeah,
I don't think any of them really die, which I'm happy to see.
Yeah,
right. I think a couple decks,
with the exception of like maybe 4-color.
4-color dies, but not. Oh, it does it though. Like it turns into Sultai or Grixis. You know, you just cut down a color. It doesn't change the deck that much.
Yeah. But like.
Yeah, 4-color loam is
4-color loam
great. Like the deck lost literally no cards. I'm loving it. We're gonna have a good time.
Quite honestly, I think Grixis Delver didn't die. It just got a lot worse to play. So like, there's not enough incentive, right? Like.
I think it's...
Young Pyromancer loses a lot of its value, and you'd much rather play a different color other than red if you're not playing Young Pyromancer.
It loses 4 cards worth of 1-mana threats. What takes that spot? Nothing. Like, I don't actually think the deck is a deck anymore. Yeah, I think it's dead.
It could be.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me a ton to see it. Didn't die, just not worth playing. Isn't that die?
It's very close.
It's pretty close. All right.
Like, I think it's just kind of a misnomer to say it's dead. Right? Yeah. Like, it's dead in the form that we know it to be, for sure. Like
Black Delver. No, I think it's like Red-Blue Delver is probably closer. Well, I don't know. I guess that deck's still a thing.
A lot of people who were playing Grixis have jumped over to Rug. And I think that makes a lot of sense as far as the same style play of deck with that aggressive clock backed by counter magic and a little bit more on the mana denial plan.
Right.
I think it'll be interesting to see what effects that has on the metagame. For example, Rug Delver typically plays some number of Spell Snare, and Spell Snare being played in the format vastly changes the makeup of your opponent's decks.
Yeah, Zach, exactly. Like, that deck needs those 4 creatures. If those 4 creatures aren't there, then like, you know, you're not going to have Delver in your opening hand every game.
True.
Having 8 1-drops is essential, and I think you could be right. Grixis Shadow might just be that kind of Delver deck.
Yeah, for sure.
What do I like playing better, Legacy or Modern? Well,
I like Legacy.
That's actually a tough question for me because I only know what one of those are. I know what Legacy is. I've never heard of Modern.
I like Legacy a lot better than Modern in general. Like, both have a lot of interesting things that you can do in the format, but I like where Legacy is situated a lot more. It feels like there's a lot more, while the space is like more defined, it's still wide open, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is, right? Like, probably now more than ever. Right? Modern is what kids play. Oh. Kyer is a liar. I've seen him play Modern and commentate on it. Oh, is that what that was? Oh. Somebody just handed me a deck and I just played. No wonder everybody was playing with weird cards.
You just thought it was weird Legacy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just figured like some random person made a rule like no duels. And I was like, all right, everybody play with Shocklands.
No other format? Yeah. All right, so Ponder Shuffle for Noah. We have the true mirror match going on over here. Same card sleeves.
Yeah.
Same deck.
Mm-hmm. They might actually be the same person. It's hard to say.
Might be. They're both wearing black shirts and blue jeans, I think.
Yeah. We see through Kyer's lies. Interesting.
Are you lying?
I mean, liar does rhyme with my name.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people say that you can say one without the other, but I don't know. Others disagree.
I'm not a doctor, so.
Me neither. I don't know stuff like this.
Exactly.
I changed it.
All right, so Josh's hand looks like he's got Back to Basics, Counterbalance, Monastery Mentor, Predict, Snapcaster.
That's an interesting question, Casey. After this game, I'll probably run over Nick's Fit a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely should.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Because I do have opinions and things to say about it.
My poor Doomsday.
Yeah, it's not like your Doomsday.
My poor Doomsday.
This is one of those cases where a bad deck got real bad, and another bad deck got maybe decent. Maybe. It's too early to say for sure. Get crazy and put living plane. I'll test it.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier, Andy. It probably gets a little bit better game one, but because people will be running more dedicated graveyard hate, it might take a little bit more of a hit game two and three. How's it going, Admiral?
What up?
Good to see you.
Yeah, we got a Miracle's Mirror. Sorry. We only have like 14, like between like 14 and 20 more minutes of it. If you want to go, like
make
a
sandwich.
Get yourself something to eat, whatever you need to do. Close your eyes, take a quick cat nap.
We'll still be here when you come back.
We will.
Promise.
Mm-hmm.
Vertices Maneuver. I don't even know what that card is.
I do not know that card either. Virtuous Charge. No, I don't think that's what you're looking for. So here we've got. Wow, this really is a mirror match. All right, Vendilion clicks everywhere. He's gonna target himself. He's gonna throw a Supreme Verdict onto the bottom of his library. I was able to glimpse it there for a moment.
And Josh is also gonna target Noah. He sees Jace Swords, Snapcaster, Counterbalance, Council's Judgment. It looks like another Swords, and I couldn't glance that top card. It's probably looked like a Miracle card. Could be a Terminus.
Sure. Well, that's awesome. I hope the move goes well, Admiral. All right, back to basics. Here we come. One person's got a bunch of basics, and the other person only has one. Let's do this.
All right, and Counterbalance. So
this shifts the game. This shifts the game so heavily for Josh.
Yeah, that's huge.
All right, okay, there we go.
And
that's something.
Just being able to see that coast is clear was all the opportunity that Josh needed.
It's like yeah, it kind of is a mediocre K command, I guess, huh?
Jace on top. Could see an interesting situation come up where Jace might bounce a Vendilion click.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Probably just play a Mentor though, right?
These players know that the life totals are completely off the table, and they're still moving the life totals.
Yeah,
this is it's hilarious. They know they've been on these tables 100 times.
It looks like Noah's at about 12.
Okay, I think that's accurate from the little red I can see on the screen. On the bright side, I don't think life total matters too much.
Yeah, bounce and then hope to either counter it on the way back down or force Noah to try and recast it.
Really? Miracles players bring in back to basics versus Ant? Why?
That seems iffy to me. Like, Ant should be able to operate off of its basics and its Lotus Petals.
I mean,
to be honest,
it's possible it's just better than like Terminus or like better than Swords of Plowshares, and they just don't have good cards to bring in. If that's the excuse, then I'll let it pass. But still, I just keep it in my hand. Yeah, it does seem awful.
Yeah, it seems really bad.
I would just keep it in my hand so I can pitch it to a force. That's probably a better use.
They shouldn't be cutting all those Terminus, to be honest, because if they side in...
they don't want to lose to empty, yeah.
Like, they need to have an answer. So, if they're cutting Terminus, they need to keep in Supreme Verdicts. I think they'd rather just have Terminus. Strange thing to bring in the mirror. I think Josh never took it out. I think it was in their game one.
You know, I think it's going to be like something similar where it's just like this card probably does more than a lot of other cards in his sideboard.
And we have seen Noah be a little bit more cavalier about fetching non-basics in the matchup, so Josh might have had a bit of a read on that and thought, whatever, keep it.
Yeah, it's definitely been worth it. That's for sure.
This game, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Very much.
To play? Absolutely. It seems terrible.
All right, so Josh is going to try and mess up the predictive Noah, I think, here. Or he's just going to predict himself. Okay.
This is the hell all Miracle players deserve.
Okay.
You're right. You're right. It is. They drew this up for themselves.
All right, so predicts.
Archangel Avacyn. Okay.
Interesting.
We're seeing all the different 5-drops, right?
That's a card we saw Josh on a couple weeks ago.
yeah. No, he was on it last week, actually. I bet Noah saw that and was like, oh, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Probably. He's like, eh. I think... I don't know what Josh's non-entreat, non-Jace win con is.
Yeah, we haven't seen it this week, so we don't know exactly which one he's playing. We know he likes to switch it up all the time, so... Whether he's playing... actually, he might have Mentors today, just Monastery Mentors.
I actually think that's probably, the best win con.
Yeah.
It makes your opponent, keep in all their removal, and then you start winning with Jace, and it's funny. Can we all chill? I don't know.
Chill on bashing on miracles?
No.
I think... No. Y'all need a chorus of angels. There is Entreat in Josh's hand, so we might see a chorus of angels coming up.
You'd much rather Tendrils people. Yeah.
I agree. I'd much rather Tendrils people.
The sad part is we I bet they love this matchup. I bet both players enjoy it.
I think it's a very fun matchup, actually.
I don't think it's the most entertaining to watch.
If you like this style of Magic, which I'm assuming both players do because they're playing Miracles, then I always found that control matchups were the most intensive.
Right.
So Noah attempts a soothsaying. And Josh is going to let that happen.
Yeah, see, Minifer loves the mirror match.
All over the place now?
Yes, this deck will absolutely go up in popularity.
Whether it's put into check or not, I'm not sure. It could still be a very beatable matchup. I was saying earlier that there's a lot of aggro decks that can just stomp all over Miracles that have started to work their way up.
Yeah.
So imagine Goblins where they go turn 1 Cavern, Goblin Lackey.
Goblins. There you go. As Gilbert was on the same wavelength there.
Exactly. So, as a Miracles player, I think that's a very scary start. But
yeah, D&T is going to stay a deck, that's for sure.
Yeah, D&T is going to be a deck for sure.
Rug Delver, it's basically just Grixis Delver, except it's always trying to go under. And it really is going to mess. It is going to mess with the format.
Yeah. Rug Delver is definitely going to be good. And
people need to be reminded what it's like to get stifled.
Yeah.
People need to be reminded.
Yeah, Stifle Wasteland. I think as a result, you're going to see people run slightly larger mana bases and possibly run a couple more basics than you normally see.
D&T was all over Card Kingdom. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Pox, Les, you can keep dreaming.
Pox.
I mean, I'm not going to stop you. But...
All right, looks like Noah's down to 3 life. So one more attack from that Vendilion click, and he'll be done for. It's going to depend on whether Josh can make that happen or not.
I mean, this has been a pretty rough game for Noah, right? He got back to basics when he had four lands, and 2 of them didn't get to untap, and he's kind of had to play the rest of the game in a way that he actually wants all these lands because he needs to get back onto the same kind of level that Josh is on, which is, well, let's be real. During that time, he's going to be hitting land drops. Josh is going to be getting all the goods. Yeah.
So here comes a council's judgment to try and get rid of Vendilion click, and we see Entreat on top, and that's going to be game. So Josh takes the match.
Yeah, Josh does. Betrix, I'm always confused by the name Punishing Maverick because
Maverick gets a boost, right?
No, Maverick is going to be great.
Yeah.
Maverick's going to be great.
So all variants of Maverick are going to get a boost because Knight of the Reliquary is just better now.
Is punishing Maverick, is that Agrolome, or are they actually different decks?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I think it depends on whether you're running actually Loam plus Mox Diamond or if you're just running more of a creature package, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, he says Naya punishing Maverick. Yes.
Naya punishing Mav. Different.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a ton about.
No Chalice. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't run Chalice. Yeah. Okay. So it
plays Mom.
Okay, so it doesn't play Thalia then, right?
All right. Chalice is the difference.
Cardboard Live, thanks. Appreciate that.
Gotcha.
I mean, I figured they were different just because one's actually called Maverick, but they seem similar.
They're definitely similar, right?
Okay.
Like, they're going to be operating under that same kind of Knight of the Reliquary, punishing fire, that sort of a game plan.
Okay.
But the way that they attack that game plan is going to be a little bit different.
Oh, punishing Abzan. You're right. Punishing Abzan is Agrolome. That's where my mind was. Thank you, Jorgensen.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst. No, I think punishing Maverick could be fine. I'd have to see deck lists and actually test with it. But yeah, I think all those decks will be great.
I think the issue is any non-Deathrite deck theoretically gets better, right?
Not necessarily.
Not all.
So I actually had a pretty similar thought, but then I started realizing that once you get these faster combo decks and decks like Rogue Delver that actually want to kind of force the issue in the first 2-3 turns of the game, I think that Solan decks, I think there will be some that are still going to be good.
Yep.
And I think there are going to be a couple Solan decks that will not be able to function anymore.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be the ones that go really, really big.
Interesting.
Well, right? Like Wasteland, I feel like Wasteland just got a lot better. All the the decks that weren't running Wasteland, one of the biggest ones was 4-color. And pretty much all those people are going to go down to 3-color. And, if they want to stay on the same strategy, they're likely adding Wastelands. We're just going to see more Wastelands in the format, I think.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, it makes sense. More Wastelands in the format.
Mm-hmm. So I think decks the decks that go really, really big are going to have a rough time. And I think the Solan decks that stay a little smaller are going to be a lot better. But that's just a guess. I really don't know. I don't.
So, I want to hear your thoughts about Nyx Fit.
Okay. All right. So yesterday was the first day of the format being being switched over on Moto.
Yep.
And so Brian came in. He wanted to test his kind of a whack job of a of a food chain list out. And it was actually pretty cool. I helped him play. We made some crucial mistakes, but the deck, we went 2-3 with it, and
sure.
I think we probably could have won at least one more match due to our mistakes. You 2-3'd yesterday with 4-color Nyx Fit. That's awesome. We actually 3-2'd yesterday, and it was really strange because the 2 losses were to Enchantress.
Okay. All right.
And the other one was
deep. I like it.
Eldrazi. I think it was like a Eldrazi, like a white Eldrazi with Displacer.
Interesting.
It was a lower to the ground,
Eldrazi
it was like an Eldrazi
taxes,
stompy. I didn't see any taxing things. I just saw Displacer.
Okay.
So it had basic planes in it, which was kind of weird.
Gotcha.
But it was able to get us. The interesting thing about both of those matches that we lost is that we fetched up the wrong enchantment. That was the first enchantment.
Okay.
And if we had done it correctly, I think we would have won both matches. Which just goes to say that we messed up. But
it's gonna happen.
But the deck actually was really good. Just the fact that we don't have to worry about Deathrite anymore changes the entire idea of the deck.
Sure.
Because, so for instance, I always want a Cabal Therapy on turn 1 before I play my Veteran Explorer if I have both of them in my hand. I don't have to name Deathrite Shaman anymore, because like
True.
before, if you're Cabal Therapying blind, you're gonna name Deathrite Shaman because the deck actually just can't freaking beat it.
Yeah.
Right. And now that's very different. We get to name Brainstorm all the time now, in the blind, which is so much better. And then if we have a hand that's like really, really proactive and we're going to push the issue quickly, we can name Force of Will and
sure.
And then we get to force the issue quickly, which
pun intended.
Pun intended. Cardboard Life, thank you so much for the subscription. That's great.
Yeah, thank you.
We got a new hero. But yeah, so the deck felt. I mean, it was the same. We ran the exact same list. We didn't change a single card. Okay? Yeah. And that's the list that I've been running for a while, and it felt great.
That's good.
That's
where you want it to be.
We've only done one league. We're gonna test it more. We want to know where it lies in the format. We were able to beat Rug Delver, which made us feel pretty good. They snuck under us really, really fast game 1, and then games 2 and 3. Like the second we have 3 mana, their dazes die. And the deck is so good at fetching basics that their Wastelands and Stifles are just like actually kind of terrible. And
have you had any of them stifled the trigger off of?
No, we Cabal Therapied Stifle before it happened every single time. We like once we stabilize and we get out like a couple Lingering Souls, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Rug Delver Lingering Souls so bad, and Terry was there for that match. If you want to rewatch the video, I think the VOD's still up. It was just yesterday's stream, but Terry came and he was like, "No, you guys need to board in ley lines," and we're like, "What? Like why? That doesn't do that much." And he goes, "Think about it. They have 3 creatures that are gonna kill you. Okay.
Yeah.
One of them's Nimble Mongoose.
Okay.
And one of them's Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
The other one's Delver. Okay, like
yeah, okay.
you ley line them and you realize that you now do not have to deal with 8 of the 8 cards in their deck out of the 12 that kill you." And sure enough, game 3 we got a ley line down early. They found many of the creatures that it shut down. They ended up Cross and gripping it a little later, but it was far too late.
All right, looks like we got matches up. People are going to sit down. We've got Paul versus Josh, and we've got Kevin versus Jeremy. I think Kevin was on Burn. Jeremy, I'm not sure what Jeremy's on.
I think Jeremy's on Infect. I've seen him on Infect before. Maybe that's a different Jeremy, though. I don't know. We're going to find out. Do I think wishes are better than non-wishes in Nyx Fit? I don't know.
To be determined.
All I know is that the wishes give a really, really good tutor package, and I feel like there are a lot of points in games with Nyx Fit where the opponent sorry, I'm like switching stuff while I'm talking.
That's right.
Where the opponent puts us into a corner. Not necessarily a corner that like oh no, I'm scared of dying, but it kind of pushes us to move in one very specific direction. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but when you have no good way to find that path, you're in trouble. And I think Living Wishes really, really push that side of the strategy. It lets us take the line we want to be taking.
That's Kevin.
Kevin. Playing the burn things, huh?
He's been burning people out. Starting out with turn 1 Goblin Guide here. And...
Sorry.
See what Jeremy's on. This is looking ruggish. Is that Taiga?
Yeah, it sure
it's
is.
looking ruggish with Taiga.
I'm gonna wait to title this deck.
Interesting.
Nope, there is a Swords to Plowshares.
Right. Well, We're looking 4-colorish or
Okay.
3-colorish, 4-colorish.
Is it? Did you see a green card? I didn't see a green card. This might be America, like Jeskai Stoneblade or like Jeskai Delver.
Yeah, could be. Is that plateau and I'm just blind?
You think that's a plateau? It is. It is a plateau.
It's a plateau. I'm just blind.
Look at that, guys. That's a duel. That's the duel we never see.
Wow.
America Delver. America. It's Jeskai something. All right.
We saw at the beginning of the stream, before matches were going, Brian played one round of blue-green food chain, and he was playing it against a deck kind of similar to this.
Okay.
It was blue, white, red, basically Delver with Pyro and all sorts of stuff like that, and kind of a funky mana base. But the gist of the deck is basically, you know, just Stoneblade-ish type stuff with Delver.
The fact that I see a Snapcaster kind of makes me think this is going to be a Stoneblade deck.
If Jeremy could land a quick Batter Skull, that could easily turn things in his favor.
Wait, do you say you see a Pestermite? It
Pestermite.
is. Is this Jeskai Twin?
Oh, is this Twin? Wow. That would be some spice.
It's got to be, right?
We're going to see Bolt You Right Back.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right.
I'm labeling it. If there's a Pestermite, this has got to be, right?
Man, Twin would be sweet. Jeskai Twin.
I don't know if I've ever seen a Twin deck here.
I haven't seen one here. There was a Twin deck that did pretty well a while back on SCG's tour. It won a tournament, I think.
Okay.
And I think it was straight blue-red, though.
Interesting.
Twin's interesting.
I remember seeing it in Legacy a couple years back. There was a guy who like won a classic with it when Brian and I were in Denver.
Yeah.
But that's how long it's been since I've seen.
You saw a Twin?
You saw a Twin. Okay. During shuffling. What the heck? Do you think he has an Emrakul? Do you think he has an Emrakul in his deck?
I don't know, but there's definitely a Nahiri. Now, this could just be like Nahiri into like, I don't know, into a Kiki Jiki or something, but...
Oh, I guess. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah. If you have one, if you have one combo piece, then it should get you the other.
Yeah.
Okay. That's an interesting thought. That, and it kind of like filters out your hand for a minute, or can get rid of a creature or.
And we've seen Nahiri do a lot of work in Josh's deck, Miracles, but that's about the gist that we've seen of it.
Unfortunately, he's playing against Burn, and we're probably not going to see.
Yeah, and it looks like Kevin has a very burn-heavy deck as hand as opposed to a creature-heavy hand, where Jeremy would be able to interact with some of these swords. But
he does have a Force of Will, so he might be able to stay alive a little bit longer. He's going to go to 8 here. I love that we can see the life totals this round.
Yeah.
It's great.
Might have to go fix that for the next.
Seriously. I should have gone out there. Should have fixed it.
Oh, we're busy talking about new Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely Pestermite.
Does it strike you at all weird that it is a Pestermite and not a Deceiver Exarch though?
He might be running both, and it just might be what's in hand, or he might be running more fairies, and he might be running some spell stutters or something like that.
Maybe.
So here comes Fire Blast. Fire Blast you to the face.
I would force this. Or right?
And Jeremy's thinking about what he wants to do here.
I would probably really
Takes
okay.
It.
All right.
Okay. And second
Fire
we're
gonna force that one.
Definitely getting forced.
Okay.
Now the problem with this is Jeremy does drop to 3 life, which is
dangerous.
Conveniently within one burn spell range.
He does have a daze, which is gonna help him with at least one, and he does have the ability to Swords his own Pestermine.
That Snapcaster might be pretty useful here too.
It could. I think we still got a game here.
Yeah,
I think this is still good.
It's definitely a game.
David, thank you for that beautiful message. We appreciate it.
Watch me cast Pestermite, Splinter Twins, and Nahiris.
Jeremy, probably.
Well, I'm assuming that Jeremy's undefeated so far because Kevin is undefeated. So, could be 2-0 already. So, brainstorm, looking at the options.
Well, I think he's happy to see another Force of Will in there.
Sure. Looks like Ponder. It's going to be cast. I was thinking about it. In for 2. It's always a good start. I think if you're Kevin, you're pretty happy that that's what's going on, as opposed to just dying to a Splinter Twin this turn.
I think Kevin actually like misstepped that pretty bad. The other thing is, like, I don't know if Kevin actually floated mana before that second Fire Blast. He probably did, and that's why the Force of Will came out. But if he didn't,
sure.
If he didn't, then it may have been better for Jeremy to daze it.
Yeah.
You know, little mistakes like that can matter. Okay, there's a counter spell, so.
All right. Well, yeah, this 2-1 might actually go a long way towards making this a game.
This must have come from Ryan's collection, this twin deck, because it's in orange sleeves and Jeremy's playing it. So it's got to be.
Kevin drops down to 9, effectively 8 with that fetch in play. Draws Mountain. Gonna crack Bloodstained Mire.
Yeah, he did. He did, Zach. There are 4 mountains in the graveyard.
He did, yeah. He shortcutted it a little bit, but they are in the graveyard.
All right, here we're gonna try to go for the win. Kind of. Yeah, this is gonna get dazed.
Definitely gonna get dazed.
Yep. He just pay 2 for that. That's fine. Kevin's not gonna be casting anything else that turn, so he gets to untap, hit for 2, and hold up counter spell. And it looks like he's got a lightning bolt. Okay.
Bolt, snap, bolt. For the kill.
There you go. See, you don't need.
There you go.
This is the thing about Twin, you know? Like I swear it's only like 35% of the time I actually see them win with Twin.
Oh, yeah. It's just one of those things. It makes your opponent have to play differently, right? So they have to respect that you can kill them at any point, which allows you to get in that chip damage, and it adds up over time.
It does.
So
they always have to respect the win.
Yep. Never saw the mountains, figured.
Nah, he when he pulled him out of his deck, he kind of like rearranged his graveyard.
Yeah. Which
we all know is a no-no, but it's Burn, so whatever.
Yeah. I don't think Burn's going to be shallow graving anytime soon.
No. No, oh geez, what's the other one that actually sees like a little bit of play in the dredge deck? I can't remember. It's like Icarid. It's kind of like Icarid.
Oh, another
spirit? Spirit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
none of those.
None of those. About? Yeah.
I swear those are like the only 2 cards that Graveyard Order like is actually going to change the deck.
Yep. So
he
does have an Emrakul in the board.
Yep. He has 2 Nahiri and Emrakul. He's going to board those out. He's thinking, yeah, something gives me a feeling that those are a little too slow. I think he's right. I think those are good cards to get rid of.
I'm excited about this deck.
Both hands were very good there. Yeah, that was a great game.
Dak too. Did you see Dak? I didn't see Dak.
He's right, Dak. I'm going to talk to Ryan after this.
This deck seems Spicy. I like it.
It has a plateau.
It does have a plateau.
It's probably been like over a year since this is the first reminder that plateau exists for me. Oh no, that's not true. That's not true. Jeff played red white taxes that one time. Just that one time though.
Red and taxes.
Red with some taxes. Okay, I'll ignore the attempts. You can always count on me. Huh.
Interesting.
I guess I probably should have gone over to this match.
That's all good.
We'll watch it for a moment and then we'll jump back to the burn match because I'm sure there'll be a lot more Magic to watch over here after.
Let me see if I can get there.
We've got an exploration
on screen.
I wouldn't worry about it. We'll come back to them a little after. This is not a matchup where their life total matters at all.
It's very true. So we're seeing Paul made his stage into a factory, or into a factory.
Mm-hmm.
Paul's got Loam going.
Looks like the factory is actually going to be pressuring the Jays.
Yeah. That's a thing. That's relevant.
Yeah. I think counterbalance is pretty funny with Jace against Loam. You can just like keep a 2-drop like on the top of your deck like all the time, and it can actually shut off Loam. It's great.
Yeah.
While letting them cast it every turn.
Yeah. All right, looks like we're all shuffled up, and we're going to pop right back over to the Burn matchup here. Burn versus a very spicy Jeskai twin. And there is Dak on the top. We saw it off of that Goblin Guide trigger. So Dak Faden goes to hand as Jeremy takes his first turn. Volcanic Island into Ponder is the play.
Swarming Dirt's just being sarcastic, guys.
Yeah, it's all good. And we do see that there are Deceiver Extracts in the deck as well. So it looks like Pestermite was just the one that was drawn. He's running the full 8.
It's gotta... You think he's running full 8?
He could be running 6, but... If he's running 8, that'd be wild.
That'd be a lot.
That would be a lot.
It wouldn't surprise me if it was just the 4 Deceiver Exarch and maybe like a 1 of Pestermite. But maybe.
So we see Swords on top. Goblin Guide gets in for 2.
Oh, I'd never heard that song before, Jesse. I like it. Graveyard Order does matter.
Alright, so this
Absolutely.
Eidolon's going to get forced. Pitching Dak.
Yep. Dak, not at its best in this matchup. Probably borderline board outable. Like, pitching to Force is probably the best use you were going to get out of it,
sure.
Unfortunately, because Dak is such a sweet card. I would like to see that.
Here comes Brainstorm.
There's a Deceiver Exarch, a Swords to Plowshares, and a Lightning Bolt.
I think you'll see Jeremy keep that bolt. Probably get rid of the Pestermite. And looks like he's thinking about getting rid of that Snapcaster as well.
Who else is celebrating some post-ban sweetness? I don't know if I'd call it celebrating, but I'm definitely enjoying the.
I'm really excited to see where the format's going to go.
Right.
Like, I think these weeks are some of the most excited I've been for the format because everything is kind of on the table. Mm-hmm. Like, over time, things will start to shake out, and we'll get a better picture of where the metagame is going to end up. But for right now, it's really awesome to see what people expect there to be, what people are trying out.
Now everybody's just going to be on Jeskai Twin.
Yeah,
Then
just high twin mirrors for
watch.
days.
Everybody's like, oh, unban a twin from modern, unban twin from modern. Next thing you know, Legacy is gonna be like ban twin.
Ban twin.
We're going the other way, guys.
All right, so Jeremy with the fetch.
Long live our Lord and Savior Gristlebrand. Love it.
To be honest, though, I'm not sure I like where Reanimator is in terms of positioning right now.
I don't think so either. I think a lot of people thought that, okay, Deathrite's gone, people have less. So, well, okay, let's put it this way. I think that Reanimator becomes a better Game 1 deck.
Slightly.
Okay. Slightly. And I think that games 2 and 3 get a lot worse.
A lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And overall, I don't think that's favoring him.
Pyrostatic Pillar enters the battlefield.
This is bad news for Jeremy.
So Pyrostatic Pillar is pretty much the same effect as Eidolon, except it's on an enchantment instead of a 2/2.
So every time Jeremy casts a spell with 3 mana cost or less, he will lose 2 life.
As is happening right here.
He's like, I don't need 2 life. He needs to find like land
land is good.
I don't think Jeremy's getting this one.
Seems like a tough one to win.
He needs the twin. Right now he's sitting here with a basic mountain and a basic plains up, and what, Spell Pierce in hand? Like,
yeah.
Yep, this is the life we live.
Kind of a tough point. At any point, twin could just kind of get there.
I would definitely bolt this.
Does have Deceiver in hand.
What is the top card? Is it? Oh, it's a Fire Blast. Fire Blast, Chain Lightning, Lightning Bolt, and
yeah, Kevin's
and Red
got
Elemental
a pretty
Blast.
good hand here.
Red Elemental Blast could be a little better for him, but it might end up being relevant later here.
Definitely stops the combo.
Yeah.
Could also stop a Force of Will on a relevant card.
Right.
I don't know if it's going to run amok. People should be sideboarding more surgicals, more spell bombs, more
rest in peace. I think you'll see a lot more decks just throw the ley lines in their deck too.
Yeah.
If they fear it.
Yeah.
If people are making their sideboard decisions because of fear, they're just gonna put ley lines in their board.
Yeah.
And the sad part is they work. I think that's the sad part. I think that's sad, but it is what it is. Yeah, exactly.
I think, yeah.
Graveyard strategies can always be kept in check. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, and if you want to run the "Do you have it" line, you might as well just play something like Dredge. Well, do you have it? Like,
yeah,
you know, kind of along the similar line. I've seen people starting to try testing blue-black Reanimator a bit more now that Deathrite is gone. I'm not sure that I agree. I think that the red-black version is still probably where you want to be.
Yeah,
but
I think so. Yep, I'm running 3 ley lines, and I'm probably going to go to the 4th one for at least a little while. That's probably not going to be permanent, but I probably will get the 4th one in there.
So we're going to see Red Elemental Blast take care of Deceiver, trigger Prowess, and this is a really rough spot to be in. We're going to see a Fire Blast come as well, and that should be game. So 1-1.
Yeah, Lil Donnie, that's a deck that I haven't really brought up yet or had a discussion about, but I had thought of it. It's not a popular decision to play Rest in Peace Helm Combo Miracles, and I guess I usually call it like just blue light control, like because it doesn't actually play with Terminus. It'll play with Supreme Verdict, and it'll and it plays with Jaces and all that other control crap. But well, not crap, but you get what I mean. and then it'll run the energy fields,
Sure.
the rest in pieces, and Helm. I don't know where that deck goes after this, but it could be good. Who knows?
Yeah, if graveyard strategies are prominent, then having main deck Rest in Peace is
4 main deck rips.
kind of a good place to be. Against decks like Burn and the like, having access to Energy Field and Rest in Peace is also a very nice place to be if that's your format. But it'll just depend. That
deck can never beat the mirror match. That's going to be a big deal. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Honestly, I've only had to play against that deck like I think once or twice, once in paper, once in real life, and like I don't remember having a huge problem with it.
Sure.
But if it's losing against the actual Miracles decks, it's probably not a thing. Probably not.
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah. Time will tell. So speaking of time, we see 2 4/4 Angels in play versus a potentially active Merit Lage in the form of Dark Depths stage. Looks like that's
we're about to see 2020.
That's what's happening there. The ice monster comes to the surface.
It's not a very pretty ice monster. But
very true.
It is what it is. All right, the other match. They shuffled up real quick. So let's finish off this match. Hopefully there'll be some more Magic to watch afterward.
Jeremy starting things off with the Ponder. Basic Island's definitely what you want to see in your opener starting off against Burn.
And on the play, the counter magic is so much better for Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
Just not even comparable, really.
Light years ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Daze.
And yeah, it looks like double swords in hand for Jeremy. Like, he's probably hoping we just see creature.
Yeah. And does he have a white source, though?
Yeah, he does. Like he has got a flooded strand.
Yeah. Right, so Jeremy... I think Jeremy'd really love to see just a Goblin Guide here. Swift Spear is similar. Land go. So, Kevin's hand, we see Exquisite Firecraft.
Yeah, I see Red Elemental Blast as well.
Red Elemental Blast, a second Swift Spear coming down. That's going to prompt a fetch.
Yeah, I think we're going to see basic planes here, unless he really, really needs to have like a plateau or...
He might need the red.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he just wants a Tundra.
Tundra is also an option.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for the Tundra.
Yep.
We are going to Swords to Plowshare as one of these dudes.
It's going to happen.
Seems like a good thing to do. Oh, never mind. He's going to counter it.
Okay. That's going to get blasted, and that's going to get forced.
He's still... Okay.
I think that's a little bit awkward, but might work out.
I definitely think
double swords in hand, that's not the line that I would run. But...
Yeah, I would want to counter a burn spell.
Yeah. Like, if you only had the one swords, it's almost more reasonable to do that. But the fact that you have answers to both those creatures that can't be red elemental blasted, then I don't know. So starting things off with Ponder, we see Vendilion Click, land, and that's a pretty good 3. Draws land, leaves click on top. I think... Not sure how I feel about that either. If Goblin Guide is the play for Kevin, I think you'd prefer to have a land on top and keep the click in hand. But really minor detail.
Yeah.
Swift Spear in. That's going to get swords. And we're going to see a Lightning Bolt. Prowess Trigger. Kevin's going to try to gain a little bit extra life here.
Yeah, it's probably not 100% necessary, but yeah, I mean, this is a lot of damage.
I think it's fine if that's your line anyway. And we know he's got Firecraft in hand, which might have been a
Firecraft and Fire Blast, I believe.
Yeah.
I think in his hand he puts Jeremy to 1.
Yeah, that's 8 damage. So.
And is he fetching?
Yeah, it looks like
he's going to 8.
Be. Fetches down to 8.
Well, then he needs an answer to this Fire Blast then, because the Exquisite Firecraft absolutely has spell mastery.
Yeah. And if you see Kevin do something like on upkeep, try to play Deceiver, tap
Am I wrong?
mana.
Does he have double Exquisite Firecraft? He does.
He does.
Okay.
Wow.
So actually, I think the game's over. Just over the course of the next 2 turns, it's just going to be Fire Blast you, Fire Blast you.
So not necessarily. There's Deceiver and a Swords in hand, so Jeremy can actually Swords his own Deceiver.
Survive at 1. He should have tapped this. He should have tapped down
on
a land on upkeep. That's for sure.
Yeah. So here comes the end of turn.
He was gonna play this no matter what. Oh, that's a Price of Progress that was drawn. Oh my goodness. Is that Circle of Protection? Is it?
I think it's a disenchant.
It's a disenchant? Oh, it is. It is disenchant. Shoot, I thought it was Circle of Protection there for a sec.
So we're going to see Deceiver get plowed.
Yeah.
And Jeremy goes to 1. And we know that there's Price of Progress in Kevin's hand. So this Ponder's got to do a lot of heavy lifting right now.
Yep.
We see Counterspell. Is that Counterspell?
Yeah, Counterspell Force Island.
You probably have to keep that.
It's in your parfait list. You're right. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Every great mind has got to play that card.
Circle Protection Red would be pretty awesome, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I would play it in this store too.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I don't know if I've seen Kevin play Burn before, but Travis definitely plays it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
And he does quite well with it. So, not only do you need to fear Burn, but you need to fear a player who actually knows what they're doing while they're casting their Burn spells.
Looks like Jeremy's going to shuffle. Look for something a little bit better.
I don't know what card would actually be better though. That's the thing. So yeah, Daze
is not going to cut it.
No.
It looks like Kevin's going to take this match if he casts a spell. I don't see why you wouldn't.
Grim Lava. Goes off.
I kind of like this line here. He's able to kind of bait with the
double disenchant. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kevin takes that match. Kevin's still undefeated. 3-0. Jeremy drops to, I assume, 2-1.
We didn't get to see who won the last match. So it's going to be Burn versus Lands or Burn versus Miracles.
Yeah. I think if you're Burn, you'd probably rather be against Lands.
Probably. They can still chasm, right?
Yeah.
But they have to have the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough, I don't know. It's probably a toss up.
Probably. Yeah, I would guess so.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, what are everyone's thoughts on some post-ban Legacy? What are you guys excited for? What are you guys fearful for? What are you guys hoping to play? What's your pipe dream of a metagame as we move forward?
Well, since there's a delay, I'll start. I want to see Stoneblade decks come back.
Yeah.
I like them.
I think that's a really reasonable thing to see happen.
Yeah, I'm not even. I don't even think I'm going to be playing the decks.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like Stoneblade deck. Like, I don't know, they're great.
Grafdigger feels slow often enough. Yeah.
Grafdigger's Cage does catch elves as well. And I'm not really sure where elves is left in the format because they also lost Deathright. I would assume that they would just like put 4 Llanowar elves in that deck, or just.
I think elves is fine.
Right, they should be.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they might lose some sideboard options because they probably cut the bayous right out of their deck. They're like,
sure.
I don't know if they run.
I can see that.
They're probably just mono green.
The only reason would be like Abrupt Decay or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Which probably not enough of a reason. Although, I suppose if that was really your concern, you could keep it.
Yeah.
Lots of Death and Taxes and blue combo decks. I think Death and Taxes is obviously proven its worth in the format already.
That's actually nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen a lot of goblins online when I've been testing online. I've seen a lot of people testing, just testing decks, like this random brew, that random brew.
Yeah.
And obviously a lot of Rug Delver as well.
I think we'll see a lot of Rug Delver, yeah. Oh, I guess that's true. They still want the discard from the sideboard.
Red-green for Rurik Thar. Yeah, I could see that.
They also need Abrupt Decay, right? Don't they? I think they do.
Yeah, Abrupt Decay is a big deal.
I don't know.
Right?
Maybe they'll keep the black, but still, it may not be necessary.
It's a pretty easy thing to figure out.
A lot of times Grafdigger's Cage misses, though. It just depends what the matchup is, I guess. But, I don't know. The color doesn't matter. Yeah. It's a great card.
Sure.
I mean, I can't run it in my deck because I run Green Sun Zenith, though.
True.
Not very many of them, just 2 of them, but still. That'd be pretty awful to be like, all right.
I think Surgical is kind of the go-to for just your random deck on the street. And then the rest of it depends on what you expect to face and what colors you're playing.
Yeah.
So that would be my starting point.
Lots of Rest in Peace, lots of ley lines, lots of surgicals.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
It wouldn't surprise me to see a Grafdigger's Cage here and there, though. Especially like let's say Maverick gets big.
Yeah.
And, I'm not saying it's going to or anything. Let's just say that it actually like becomes like one of the better decks in the format. I could see Grafdigger's Cage. If Elves did that, we'd probably see the same thing.
Sure.
And it also catches other decks, right?
Just the ability to turn off Green Sun, and that's
mostly Natural Order.
Yeah,
like Natural Order is
Green Sun and Natural Order out of Elves for sure. Like
maybe you don't want Grafdigger's Cage against Maverick. Now that I think about it. You want to live in a world where Maverick is big. That'd be really cool. I really would be excited to see that. And honestly, like I like the Maverick deck. Andy, I would play it.
Be the change that you want to see in the world, Andy.
Be the change. It's just
I'd like to see a little bit more Maverick type style decks. Especially in our shop here, I think it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, we only have one player who plays it, but he's been playing Death and Taxes lately.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he says Brightling's just been killing it. So
Brightling's a pretty sweet card. You know, it took me a while to kind of come around to the card, but I actually do think that it deserves its slot, and it's a decent card out of Death and Taxes.
Happy to see Stoneforge Mystic good again.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting spot for Stoneforge Mystic. It definitely gained some value.
Yeah, for sure. I don't actually know exactly where it's at, but
I dropped,
it could be good.
Oh,
you dropped?
when I got food, yeah.
Okay. Come on in.
Why'd you drop?
What happened?
Did your Delvers not flip?
No, I don't know. I'll take responsibility for it. So I lost the lands, and it was just kind of really mediocre stuff. It was just like the stuff that was in my hand just didn't match up with his stuff, and he had the Wasteland Exploration plan both games, and I just didn't. If I had Nimble Mongoose pretty much each game, probably I feel like I would have won. And I didn't. Because he had Maze of Ith with everything else.
Yeah.
But like I felt like maybe I could have mulliganed a little bit more aggressively, and I don't know. Like I'll take responsibility for it. And then game match 2, I beat Miracles round 1. I went second, and I stifled him out of the game, which is not as hard to do. And game 2, I got stuck on Tropical Island, Wasteland, and never got off of that.
Gotcha.
Which kind of inhibited most of my plays with 2 Pyroblast in my hand. And then
Jorgensen says you've just forgotten how to win without Death Right.
I've been doing really well with Rug Online. I 4-0 Tuesday.
Yeah, he beat me in the finals on Tuesday.
And I didn't in games 3 I surgicaled his Terminus twice, and he had Flusterstorm both times, and he had 3 swords, so I got him to 3, but eventually just I don't know. I'm a Canadian threshold guy. I don't like saying I'm a rug guy, so I play 4-4-4. But I'm sure I heard a lot of good rug players that I look up to are playing 4-4-2-2. They're playing 2 Termaglyphs and 2 True Names, and I think that may be fine. Like, True Names is really good, but I honestly like detest having 3 mana and tapping out for True Name. That's my thing. That's how I like playing. But like, I'm telling you, like, there's people who are good who are saying that 2 True Names is right.
I've certainly seen people play a couple True Names.
Boobs look like they're freaking pointy. Sorry. Gotta check that out. That's going to be an interesting part of the stream before you watch it.
Yeah.
Now you know how everyone sees you. It's really good.
Yeah, you know what? Termaglyph was really good against lands too, and so was Nimble Mongoose, because I actually had 2 Stifles and an Ice for his Maze of Ith, because he had a Maze of Ith turn 1 or 2. But it was just that he also had the Wasteland Ghost Quarter Loam package as well. I feel like, because my Goyf was a 6-7, because Mana Bond and Mox Diamond were in the graveyard.
Okay.
There you go.
So, like, with Goyf and Mongoose, like, I feel pretty still confident against lands. Like, I'm definitely more confident against lands with Rug than with Grixis, even though Grixis was so good with Deathright. It's just, like, if you can land a quick Mongoose, like, there's really nothing they can do unless Tabernacle you out of the game. You think about it.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I don't know.
Mongoose is really hard to deal with.
Disappointed how I did, but I think the deck's fine. Like, I just didn't. I just felt odd with my draws against Paul, and just they seem mismatched, but I didn't. It was like I couldn't mulligan in it, and I don't know.
Yeah.
The Miracles one, I was a little kind of.
Can't win them all, unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't want to play in the O2 bracket, because then I'm going to play like Manaless Dredge or like, Wombat Tribal or something weird.
Wombat Tribal.
You're gonna face the guy running Hidden Gibbons.
Hidden Gibbons, dude. He's gonna
Hidden Gibbons.
I don't mind Sean Brown's stuff, and I like listen to his stuff, but like I'm a purist. Like I actually believe in like the Rug 56, that basically there's 56 cards you run, and then there's 4 other cards you get to play around with, and I'm probably gonna do that until they put me in the yard. I don't know. Like, I remember when you ran 8 threats and it was 4 Mongoose and 4 Termaglyph, and that was it. That's how you won. So.
Yeah.
Good old-fashioned hard work.
Yeah. That's
really.
The one thing with Rug is like it's like
it's definitely a skill-intensive deck. Like,
yeah, that's why I think you're going to see a lot of people start off with it in the format and get off of it.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how Rug Delver impacts the format as well, I think.
I think the Miracles, I was pretty confident about facing like a million Miracles today.
Yeah.
I only have 1 Winter Orb, and I after playing Miracles, even with how I was playing, I felt like, yeah, okay, this is obviously tougher. And even with surgicaling the Terminus and stuff, like, it seems like it's a little bit of an uphill battle, just the nature of things. But then again, like, if I draw Nimble Mongoose instead of Delver or Termaglyph, I feel like if I surgical Terminus, I just win the game. But
yeah, definitely.
I don't know. That's how I view it, but obviously it didn't happen. So Supreme Verdict. Oh, I also got Supreme Verdict twice. I forgot that Supreme Verdict actually just killed me.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
So.
Yeah, and honestly, they're in a position where if if that's what they need to be doing to beat Red Delver all the time, then they'll start maining more.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think
can afford
Miracles will
to.
drop off a little bit. I actually don't like Hooting Mandrills that much. I played the Hooting Mandrills version pre Deathrite ban. I would go 4/4, 2 Hooting Mandrills, 1 True Name, and I actually liked it. But now with Deathrite gone, I kind of like just Termagloyf. He gets
He gets the job done.
Termagloyf's still a pretty good Magic card, as it turns out.
Yeah.
I think we've been through like a lot of times where people are like, no, Tarmogoyf's bad. Fatal Push got printed. It's like, yeah, but like,
Swords has always been printed.
Yeah, Swords was there the whole time. Exactly. Like
the whole dies to removal argument's a little bit overrated, to be honest. Like,
I miss the old dies to Doomblade.
Oh yeah, Baneslayer Angel dies to Doomblade argument.
Yeah.
That was always a fun one. Yeah.
I run Tarfire. So the reason why I run Tarfire, and I'll tell you why, and I feel like this doesn't get explained enough, and if somebody wants to tell me I'm wrong, I'm cool with that too, because maybe I am wrong. I think you run Tarfire because the chances your opponent's running a tribal card are a lot less likely than you running a tribal card. So by you adding the tribal mix on your side of the deck, if you're playing a deck that runs enchantments on the other side, if you spell pierce or do you spell snare or counter it, it goes in their graveyard or they loam it. So it's actually a higher percentage to get your Goyf even bigger. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I run Tarfire. Also, it's instant.
Yeah.
But like people don't say that first argument enough. I feel like because everyone's just like, oh, it's instant. Like, but I also feel like most of the time your opponent's not going to be running tribal cards.
Yeah.
But like if you look at the meta, there's a lot of enchantment stuff around. So like if you're gonna, because I would never run both.
Sure.
So I'm just like I'm gonna pick the one that's instant that does the same thing, and also with the. Does that make sense? I don't know.
It does.
I
really
think
like
it
that
does.
argument,
Like,
and I've never heard anyone else say that.
There's
So
gonna
I'm
be
taking
like
credit for it.
counterbalances running around, Sylvan Library, stuff like that. Like,
I bet you like the Hatfield brothers probably said that back in like 2008. They were probably like, "Which one should we run?" And I was like, "So." I think that's right. I run Fire and Ice because I'm a gangster.
Dude, Fire and Ice is just sweet.
I probably should be running Fork Bolt or a third Spell Snare or even a mainboard Flutterstorm, but I'm rocking that Fire and Ice. And you know what? In all the matches I've played, I've never played it once. I had my hand against Paul, but I only had one land.
Oh man. Fire Ice is pretty sweet though.
I mean, it's not like in that scenario, Fork Bolt would have been incredibly better though.
Is there like a 1 green and mana spell that says like you can't touch my lands?
1 green?
There might be
lands. Dude, there's that. I'm gonna board that card. Screw Winter War. We're putting that card. Can't touch my lands. I don't think.
Forget how much it costs.
No, I can only think of Terra Eternal. I can only think of Terra Eternal, but that makes all lands indestructible.
Chat, help us out.
That's not
I don't
green.
think there's no 1 green. Make
It's
all
not
lands
green.
indestructible.
I don't think it's
That'd be
one.
really bad for me because people would sideboard that.
Yeah.
Yeah, pitch is forceful too. That's a good point.
Yep.
I like it because honestly, I like it because it's instant. That's why I don't play Fork Bolt. I hated Fork Bolt because it was sorcery. I like all my stuff to be instants. Like I like keeping mana and doing stuff. Yeah, but I need that to be an enchantment. I need that to be an enchantment.
I mean,
just throw like
Zach had it for you. It's right there.
Throw like Teferi's response on an Isochron Scepter. Something like that.
Oh yeah, Teferi's response is like, oh, Teferi's response would be ridiculous.
Yeah. No, that card's actually good.
I just will never have the mana to cast it, so
Yeah,
I need it
it's
to be
true.
1 green. So. I don't run Dismember
Sacred
anymore.
Ground.
I
That's
took,
what I was
I took
thinking
Dismember
of,
out.
but
I run 3 Submerge in the sideboard though. I feel like I love Submerge. Submerge is like my favorite card. So like I play with 3 Submerge, and if in the mirror match I've got no problem like submerging and tempoing him.
Bind.
Counter target activated ability.
It's just a bad stifle.
Yep. You get to draw a card. How's that bad?
That's terrible. We can't play anything.
It's green.
The only 2 mana cards we can play in the deck are Termagloyf and Fire and Ice, and in sideboard cards. Well, I boarded in Sulfur Elemental against Miracles, and because he boarded in 3 Mentors when I surgical him game 2, and it was good. Like, I played Mentor and I played Sulfur Elemental, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, Squelch.
I like
Squelch draws.
Elemental a lot.
The thing with my list is it's not like it's like not revolutionary. It's like it's the 2009 list to 2013 list, and you just added Delver of Secrets.
Yep, that's it.
I literally, I think, trust me, if I told somebody to play the deck, I'd tell them to play 2 True Name. I'm just, I'm the guy who like doesn't have e-statements. I want my statements mailed to me.
There you go.
You want it shown up on your front door?
I want it on my front door. I want the newspaper.
All right, looks like we got pairings up, so people should be sitting down pretty soon.
We're gonna have Burn versus Miracles, and we're gonna have Lands versus
Twin.
Jeskai Twin.
Jeskai Twin.
Who's playing just? Oh, him.
Jeremy.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
I played him Tuesday.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he on the same list?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I remember because don't you remember I yelled it out loud? I was like, "Wait a minute, are you on Splinter Twin?"
Oh, I don't remember that. Huh.
Spellpierce is really good against Splinter Twin.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I may try the True Name thing. Oh man, I'm just disappointed in myself. I just feel like I let the deck down every time I fucking suck with it. Sorry, don't use that word, kids.
I didn't hear anything.
I haven't texted the girl I was seeing. I said, I hope your night's going. She's working tonight. I hope your night's going better than mine because I suck. She said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I got my ass kicked at cards." So I also offered to show her my Grixis Delver deck, my Grixis Delver deck, and she said no. Yeah.
She's a keeper.
Yeah. And they got banned.
That's why I got banned.
Yeah.
Now you have this weird rug Delver deck
like
to show her.
Like, yeah,
Maybe she'll want to see that one.
No. She says she's never wanted to see any of them.
Oh.
I even told her it was worth more than a car. She didn't care.
Wow.
All right.
Lots of support over there.
Yeah, no. I'm depressed.
All right. We're gonna check out the finals.
I want to see your deck. I'll see your deck. I'm a cool fucking guy. Sorry, I used that word again. Show me your deck.
Hey, I want to see my deck.
Kevin's got one of my favorite mats.
It's really cool.
It's a really good one.
I actually always find this matchup like really interesting.
What matchup?
Burn versus Miracles.
I don't. Honestly, I would rather. Let me hear. I'll
I did that
PG
backwards.
this. I would rather take a popsicle stick and jam it down my throat than fucking. Sorry. Watch this.
Usually he does really well. Sorry, guys.
I'm just passionate how badly I did tonight.
She'll ask what's rug.
What rug?
What rug? Whoa.
Hey, I went back and I'm on the stream. What's up? Yeah. I figure instead of just being depressed and eating Carl's Jr., I should just go back on the stream and vent about that. Yeah, when you get back tomorrow, we'll buy plane tickets.
All right.
All right.
Okay, I don't think you should go to LA, by the way. I think it's a bad idea. You know what? I'm gonna give you the advice I would do. If
Can't tell if this is a
just
real
go,
phone call
just
or
go
not.
and see what happens. go, and worst comes to worst, you do something stupid. But you know what? I do stupid things all the time in my life, and I'm still okay. I still am doing pretty well. So go do some stupid stuff. Yeah, we're
Tell us how you really feel.
We're gonna grind some MTGO tomorrow. Okay.
07. 07.
7.
Yeah.
Nobody's going that way. He's going for like a 2-hour booty call. He's like driving 2 hours. It's terrible. Don't go 2 hours. It's way too long.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. All right, let's get started.
All right, burn spell.
3, yeah. Can we count to 20 by 3s?
Zach, I heard Zach told me. What's his last name? Gosh, what's Zach's last name? Don't tell me. Something stupid.
Don't tell me it's not his last name.
Zach, what's your last name? What's his name?
H.
Hardman?
Yeah.
Zach told me for every burn spell played this game, he's going to donate $1 to Kyre's Tabernacle Fund.
Hey.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Every burn
Awesome.
spell? Sweet.
Yeah,
That's
so we got $1.
So we got one.
We
Yeah,
got $1 towards my
Here we go.
Tabernacle
Here
Fund.
we
That's
go.
awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, Zach, for doing that.
That'd be
Eidolon. How does Eidolon count? Every time it triggers.
every time it triggers.
Trigger.
Yeah.
All right.
I like that.
Boom. Oh wait. And now I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm excited too. What is he saying? I don't. He's way behind. You're lagging.
Nope, and wrong.
It's too
So
late
wait,
now.
it's not Hardman then?
We said Hardman.
That's what he's saying, right?
I don't know what he's saying.
think
He
so.
said, but now he's saying nope, and then
Yeah,
it's
I-
wrong.
So, wrong
is
last name?
Maybe he lost his last name.
Maybe.
Oh,
Okay.
Terminus already. What?
man.
Oh my gosh.
That doesn't trigger Adlon.
Yeah.
No.
That
No,
card's
it
not
sure
broken.
doesn't.
Man.
That card's not broken. Look, it's like the same thing as Cataxian Probe. Yeah, Terminus is like a 2-for-1 always. Why did they ban that card? Cataxian Probe is straight 1-for-1.
I agree.
Because the information you get is completely valueless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who looks at their opponent's hand anyway?
Yeah, that's weird.
I'll donate $1 a bulk card to be traded for a tabby. That's
Is that?
yeah. Is it? Do people watch this?
Is he
stream,
going?
Chuck?
Is he going
Oh.
back? Is he going back on his deal?
I don't know,
Kinda.
man.
He seems like he's kind
Sounds
of
like
like
it,
trying
but-
to finagle out of it, but I don't.
I'll donate $1.
What's done is done, right?
Alright, it has to be.
Right.
Kevin looks like he's got too many mountains in his hand.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of lands in that hand.
Yeah, why? Why? Oh, those are price of progresses.
There
those
is a price.
Those are not the burn spells you want in this
Yeah, they
matchup.
deal 2 damage.
Shock you. 2-mana shock.
It's better than no mana, I guess, or no.
Hey,
not no mana.
It's still
no
another
damage.
$1.
It is another $1.
Yeah.
That's true. Now, if I can get like a couple hundred more people
Ooh.
to make the same deal, I could probably get myself a Tabernacle.
Yeah, it's
And-
an effect.
And to turn Lightning Bolt.
Yes, DRS got banned starting today, actually,
That was technically yesterday, right?
for MTGO yesterday.
Today in paper.
Mhm. Yeah, this is already looking pretty bad for Kevin.
Yeah. Not nearly enough burn in hand. Way too many lands in play.
I play online.
Sometimes
I try to play at least 3 leagues a week, which is not a lot compared to MTGO grinders, but like
But still a decent amount.
generally I just 4-1. That's my average. I
Probably-
had 5 trophies before the ban, which isn't terrible, but for someone who only plays like 3 times or 4 times a week, I think it's pretty good.
I probably only play Magic or play Legacy like once or twice a week. But
I need to play a ton more before Richmond then.
yeah, I do too.
I gotta figure out a deck.
Are you going to Richmond?
No.
Okay.
Just play mono black stupid stuff.
Mono black stupid stuff. What were some of the decks that did well? Well,
Still playing.
Miracles is 3-0. Burn is 3-0. Jeskai Splinter Twin is 2-1. Lands, I believe, is also 2-1. And
A bunch of
we've
non-death
seen-
ray decks. Yeah. That existed before.
Yeah, Miracles had a good showing today.
It did.
Yeah. There's a lot of people playing Miracles.
Kind of surprised not to see more Death and Taxes, but
This is Jeff's not here and Trace is
Jeff
here.
and Trace aren't here.
for
Yeah,
sure.
our Rogue Delver player is sitting down here because he sucks.
No Acrolum or Doomsday either.
Yeah.
No Doomsday ever.
Dude's just dead.
Rip.
No, we're talking about Doomsday.
Oh, my bad. Well, it is the end of the world, so
Yeah. End of the world as we know it.
I don't feel fine though.
No. No, you don't. Doomsday all the time. It's too late. Not anymore, Trav.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, Doomsday is like, no offense, but like, Doomsday was like basically, I'm gonna give you an example of like a profession. It basically like was working at like Burger King as like a chef. That's how the deck like fit into the minigame. Not great life choices. Seriously. And people who like Doomsday are worse.
Oh,
Whoa.
Yeah. No, Doomsday was dead a long time ago. People just didn't think it was dead. It was like your wife dying. Sorry, Zach. I didn't mean it like your wife, because your wife's gonna live a long time. Your wife's gonna live a long time. But like Doomsday was like if your spouse died like years ago and you brought her home still and were like living a life with her, but she's been dead like she's rotting and she smells bad. You can't do stuff with her, or if you do, it's gross. So like those people, like no offense, but like that's basically how you were living your life for the past 3 years. So to be honest, the reason they banned Gitaxian Probe is so all those people could move on with their lives. So I'm really stoked that those people can
that might be a good thing.
They can re-enter society.
I had a very different take on it. But,
That's how it was. Every time I played a deck online, I'd be like, "What does this do? What does this do?" Kyra got to watch one time when I played online, and we were like, "What does it do? What does it do?"
You might have lost if I didn't tell you what was going on.
No, it's a great analogy.
That was an awful analogy.
Sorry, if anyone's wives pass away, I'm really sympathetic and apologetic. And you know what? You're gonna do just fine. You're gonna find someone who's just as good. I know. You will.
How'd we get here?
so Josh down to 4.
Kevin with 1 million lands for
Kevin with 1 billion lands. I think 4 life should be enough to close this out. Like
family stream, insert
He's
mild
got a
necro
Jason, a
discussion.
counterbalance.
It's supposed to be a family stream.
yeah.
Well, it's family. I mean, she was alive at one point. I would like to think that
round 4. Apparently, round 4 it stops being a family stream.
Apparently,
you scrub out, and that's why. And you guys have this matchup.
It's got a Searing Blaze.
This matchup's terrible.
No, well, right now it is, of course.
Well, yeah, it's when you have like everyone's got 30 lands out, and because Burn didn't, Burn should be on 3 lands the whole
Well, yeah.
time.
Well, it's interesting when
Burn
Burn actually
close.
does what it's supposed to be doing. But
Exquisite
then again,
Firecraft.
like how many decks actually like are exciting to watch when they don't show up or they flood out like this? Not a lot.
lab plan is easy. No, lab plan is not easy.
I'm pretty sure if those 5 people just decided to play a better deck, it'd be better for them. Like,
Terry's always tilted.
I think I'm just passionate. You guys lack passion. I like to think I'm the world's greatest lover.
Tilted Terry. I like it. Terry Tilted Dixon.
What's Cass?
Lab is definitely easy compared to actual DDFT.
Can I ask you a question before you even go into that? Because it really doesn't matter. If you were going to climb Mount Everest, would you rather do it with like some guides and like some oxygen masks and like some warm clothes, or would you rather just do it freaking naked? Because like that's
wait, so this matters?
So when you play decks like Doomsday, like you could be the greatest climber in the world, but why the hell are you going to go climb it naked? That's just dumb.
For
you
fun.
You could just, that's the thing,
For the challenge.
Matt's like, I've already done it with my clothes on.
No mother looks at their kid and is like, I want you to grow up to be a Doomsday player. I was like, just play Storm.
Because of Tilt Dixon.
Yeah, I think the word tilt is stupid. You guys don't use proper words.
So who's all going to Richmond? Kyra, yeah, so I'm going, Brian's going, Terry's going to be there, and there's a decent chance Ryan's going to go as well.
Ryan's going to go see his relatives, probably, right? Isn't
Maybe.
Ryan from the South?
I don't know.
He's got that big beard. He always talks about the glory days and stuff like that.
What does that have anything to do with Richmond?
Man, we all miss the 60s.
What does that have anything to do with Richmond,
He
though?
looks like he's a Confederate general, and I'm saying he's racist, even though he's not.
Anyone doing GP Sacramento? No, I don't think so.
Is he called that GP shithole of California? Can I say shithole in the stream?
Definitely not.
Probably not.
Well, whatever. Sacramento's basically that.
Leaving because of these analogies.
True Nightmare is going to be in Richmond? Sweet.
You're a Doomsday player. You should leave.
I hope I see like every single one of you. I want to see everybody.
You can find me. I'll be yelling at somebody.
Yeah, really. After he loses with the Rug Delver like one round,
Yeah.
he's like, I don't want to play in the 0-1 bracket.
Yeah.
And then he'll start.
What's depressing? You
He'll drop and come
0-2
on
like a
camera.
20-man FNM, and you're going to Richmond with that deck, and it's just kind of like, what am I going to do in Richmond? Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, but things happen. I'm not gonna.
No, when is Sacramento, Jesse? Because I don't think I'm going to make it out there. Like the next GP was always going to be Richmond for me. I actually already have my plane ticket, which I'm excited about. And Brian's going to have a room for us there. So
When are you guys leaving? Is it a Thursday? Are you leaving on Thursday?
They've been flying on Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me know when you guys buy your plane tickets so I could buy them with you.
I mean, you could probably still get the same.
Well, you have to sit next to somebody else.
Probably not. We can work this out after the stream. How about that?
No, because I got to do it tomorrow. I told everyone I'd do it tomorrow. I'm a man of my word. I may be an angry person, but
I actually got like a really good price too. It was barely over 300.
Oh, it's fine. I got Chase rewards. I got that platinum card. Boom. I'm gonna use those travel points. Hell yeah.
Whoa.
See, you're gonna be
Where'd you
flying
get those?
like business class anyway, so
I'm gonna get those extra comfort seats.
Ooh.
I actually always get those. They're like $50 extra. Why wouldn't you feel comfortable?
$50.
It's $50.
Yeah, $50.
It's like a back to basics. Would I rather play back to basics or sit in a comfy seat? I would never play back to basics because I think that card's stupid. So I would rather just sit in a comfy seat.
Well, now we know.
I don't want to play basic lands.
I'm probably gonna have like the most garbage seat in the entire plane. It's gonna be you know the old days when you had to sit for like 7 hours in schoolroom desks that like the chairs are just awful and you just have to deal with it.
I thought they were just gonna duct tape you to the wing.
That'd make things more interesting.
No, it wouldn't be.
Hey Terry, you want to go In and Out after this?
I just ate a charcoal chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I'll get a protein supplement.
Okay. Yeah. I think we need to go and like get us a burger, maybe a shake or something.
I want to get a depression shake.
Carl's Jr. bust on your depression food.
You know, next time I ask, I'm like, hey, you want to stream? You're gonna be like, no, I think I'm gonna play, and I'm gonna be like, remember that time? The last time you played? Remember what happened?
I was running pretty high today, and I saw a bunch of people like shooting up miracles, and I was like, I'm gonna stomp some miracles, people. That didn't happen. Hey, at least this matchup's interesting. Just kidding. Oh.
No, this game is gonna drag on until Josh finally wins.
Maybe there's a chance that Josh will by accident just kill himself.
I mean, I guess it's possible.
That's
not likely, but
Jesse, I don't. If I went, I would just go for legacy side events. That's what I did down in Vegas. I loved every second.
But I mean, like Sacramento's got a pretty sick nightlife, so like you can go to like the Burger King across the street from the convention center and get mugged by homeless people.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, that's like a highlight of Sacramento. Oh, and if you don't want to do that, you can maybe go hit up like a dive bar and just get shot.
Well, that's a good reason to spend all my money on Magic cards before I go to Burger King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sacramento's such a dirty city.
Yeah, GP Legacy side events, they're the best. I want to say I played seven side events in Vegas, and I loved every second of it. It was so much fun. I feel like we've picked up viewers since Terry came in here and salted up the place.
What do you mean what just happened? Some burn guy is playing some miracles guy and they're doing nothing. They're just literally just staring at each other and basically just putting cards in the graveyard.
Fine. All right, here's something that's slightly more interesting.
There. You have a blood moon and a deck.
So one player is going to do something and the other player is not going to do anything.
Oh, let's go basic for us. He can win. He can get a Crusher Grip.
Yeah, I guess it could. Well, we'll stay here for a minute until the other matchup gets up and going.
Did the other matchup end?
No. No, I just decided to do something about the whining.
Oh, who's whining? Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Little Salt Lake.
You need a salt lick.
Yeah.
Emphasize on the slightly part of more interesting. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Jeskai Twin.
Jeskai.
This deck was that good when I played against him.
It's probably not, but he's got a surgical extraction. Yep.
Say what?
So he still is gonna have to deal with this tireless tracker or just win the game.
Do we know who got one? Game 1. Let me think.
No.
No.
Nope.
We'll just say Paul. 50-50 shot of it.
It's a good guess.
And I don't think Just Guy Twin can necessarily is quick enough to beat if Paul had a good hand.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Like you can tap down the 20/20, right, and then just
Sorry,
go off.
when you have
That's actually a really good point.
When you have a card that has 4 mana to cast it, and it's part of your combo, and it can get Daze or Spell Pierce, you lost me.
This is lands. It can't be Dazed or Spell Pierced.
I'm not ignoring you. Miracle. Oh, you want to go back to them? They actually want to see the miracles ring. Are you sure? Are you sure?
Same thing's going on. We're about
4 to 16 is the life total.
But they're saying that the Searing Blaze.
Searing Blaze didn't resolve.
Jace is at 13 counters right now. It's about to ult.
Kevin just scooped.
Kevin scooped.
Okay.
Josh gets it.
Yeah, Josh is like really good with that stuff too. Like I don't think they would have missed something, even if it didn't favor Josh. Josh would have.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there must have maybe I don't know. Sorry that we kind of blew past that, but I feel pretty confident that no shenanigan. The game's over. This game just ended. We were just talking about what is going on. Is that Pestermite? What happened? I thought he surgical the Dark Depths. Why is there a 20/20 on the board?
Because he surgicaled after the 20/20.
Is he just dead? Like
no, he can keep tapping down the 20/20 with twin type effects.
Yeah,
he
Pestermites
has to
and
drop twin.
Yeah,
eventually
he can drop twin, or he can drop another creature to.
I mean, he's seeing a lot of cards with
cards.
Dak. Not only that, but like if he ults Dak this next turn, which is -6, right?
And steal it.
He can bolt it and steal it. There's a lot of lines here.
He's got to have an answer like so. Say Pestermite chump blocks for a turn.
Well, he's got the bolt. Oh, no, is that another Blood Moon?
There's another Deceiver in hand. So he's got an answer for one more turn on the 20/20.
Didn't they counter the Searing Blaze? Their resolve?
I thought it got counterbalanced. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought it got counterbalanced too. Are we wrong? If you tell me you're wrong, I'll go yell at him. I don't mind yelling at him. I don't know. I'm more likely to say it didn't resolve because
he won it. He won it for life anyway. Like
I know, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
The integrity of the game to Kyra is more important than who won or lost.
Oh,
he Stoneforged the snap in response. Then he would have taken one.
I want to see an ult on this Dak Vaden so bad.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
He's just gonna die right here.
So we're gonna see
Deceiver Exarch.
Deceiver tap the 20/20.
That's a great card. What does it cost? A bajillion mana to tap a creature down?
Yes, 3.
Glad we
so I said
cards like that. You know what's a really good 3 mana card? True Name Nemesis.
You know what would lose the game here? True Name Nemesis.
Yeah, maybe you were playing better cards, so you wouldn't be in this position.
There's a tap 20/20. And Punishing Fire is not going to be able to deal with this one.
He can Punishing Fire Dak, though. He has to.
He probably
he doesn't have the lands for it right now, unless he has one in hand.
He's Grove of the Brewlands.
Yeah, he has Grove.
Oh, he has second in hand. I was looking at the one they read. Yep, definitely had to do that.
Does he have? Does he only have 2 plains, 2 islands? Does he not have? There's got to be a mountain, right? That's under the plains.
You're, I think, a Pestermite or something, right?
Pestermite would buy a turn.
I don't know that he's gonna get through this. Like, okay, well, I guess, yeah, Terry is on 1. Very true.
Oh, I thought that was JPA. I thought that was someone cool, just Brian.
Yeah, it's just Brian.
Jacked. I think it was JPA, Brian. I was like, well, it's JPA.
There's twin and an effect to tap for a turn, so.
Is he gonna?
Brian's gonna change his screen name because I always think he's JP at first and I get excited.
But that's his name. Joseph Brian Anderson.
Be somebody else. Call him Jack or something. Be like Jack734.
Hey, Jack. Settle down.
Yeah.
Alright, so move to combat. Tap. Twin on top, but he doesn't have the red to cast.
It's under it.
Does he?
Yeah. He will with Dak.
With
There's
Dak? Okay.
there's an Arid Mesa
Gotcha.
in the top 3. A Corrosive Crypt can just kill the.
Yeah, if he has it.
If he has it, yeah. Which the fact that he's playing this implies to me that he does not.
Loam.
Hey, look, we're gonna get these 3 lands.
I think Jeremy wins the game. Crop rotation, maybe you could do something. I don't know.
Crop rotation into Glacial Chasm.
Something like that.
Could beat the combo for a sec. Yeah, I actually think there's like a decent amount more game to be played.
Dak activates.
Let's all buy out Dak Bane's, guys, because this deck's going to be tier 1.
Obviously.
This hot pot. Look at these weird cards. I mean, is he just going to just tap him out until, like... So he's got to draw a Splinter Twin, right? When you draw a Splinter Twin, does he just win the game?
Yeah.
Unless there's a crop rotation.
What is that land?
It's a plateau.
Plateau.
Yeah, we were surprised too.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, apparently the 9 duels wasn't enough. They had to print a 10th one for some odd reason.
That's the game. Jeremy takes it.
Are you sure?
Yep.
He didn't make any tokens.
How do you know?
I didn't see any. Hey, should we go out there and... I mean, I think
you can check if
he
you want.
misrepresented the game state.
Last game.
You can check.
Should we?
Who won that game?
I think Paul did. I think he falsely represented his game state to make Paul scoop. I think there's got to be justice here.
You're right. There's no way he mentioned anything.
One second. This is the most interesting matchup in Magic right now. Burn versus Miracles. You know what I'm rooting for? I'm rooting for Deathrite Shaman to come in and hit them both with his steel chair.
Wait. I can't say I would be entertained.
Containment Priest.
Yeah, probably just a creature is better than most other things. Well, got the block there.
Better Ambush Viper.
Yep. Got him.
That's awkward. Not having a spell to prowess. Even if it gets countered.
And in come the beats. So Josh at 5, he's out of range from Exquisite Firecraft.
Yeah.
Which is really good for him.
We see double fetch here from Kevin. It's going to take at least 2 burn spells to get the job done.
Or an Exquisite Firecraft.
He's at 5 life.
Wow.
Or
Exquisite Firecraft.
Josh might. I mean, I guess Josh might have to fetch at some point, right? He's got 2 fetches.
Well, if there's a price of progress, he's going to have to either counter it or...
Yeah, for sure.
I think Josh at this point is resigning to the fact that he can either do something at the price of progress or... Young Goblin Guide. Brainstorm. So he's got a Mentor, and his other card may be a 1-drop. So obviously this Goblin Guide's probably going to get countered.
Yeah. Well, if he puts a 1 on top, maybe the coast is clear if there's a...
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing is if it's a 1 on top, he doesn't have another counter spell. I mean, there's a chance that something else gets through. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Josh is probably thinking about that too.
We did see Josh earlier blind flip Terminus off of Counterbalance to counter Terminus and win the game with Angel tokens
blind
in
flip.
the mirror. Blind flip.
It was beautiful.
Great.
just how he drew it up.
It's like Snapcaster.
See if there's a response from Kevin. I'd like to see a response from Kevin here, but I guess not. Right? If he's got some instances he can torch, that may mean he just has nothing.
Kevin's only got 1 card in hand.
Yeah, I don't think he's got much.
Doesn't look like he's got anything of value. So it might just be land.
Probably land. Yeah. Either that or he's just holding a Fire Blast and just waiting for the opportune moment.
I think I would have Fire Blasted there if.
Oh yeah, because he dropped below. Yeah, he would have. He would have. Yeah, it's got to be a land.
Snapcaster, Brainstorm. Does he not have a 1-drop?
This guy, I don't think he do. I really felt like he didn't draw a 1-drop when he brainstormed the first time.
I don't think he has a 1-drop. Maybe he does.
Well,
he does.
Kevin, this is a window, right? This is the window.
Yeah. Eidolon.
That's a good one.
Okay.
Right? I think that's a good one.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Good. Yeah. Seems
well,
good.
It may not matter. Jace, he has a
yeah.
Jace and a Swords. Actually, this game just may be over.
Jace gets to bounce Eidolon if he wants to.
I think
something.
Yeah, I think absolutely. Like it doesn't really.
Yeah, plus seems fine.
The Swords kind of is insurance.
You've got guys to
Eidolon
block.
can attack.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably argue that you start attacking just with somebody just because.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's fine. Attack with 1. Firecraft or bust.
That's
a pillar.
Pyrostatic
pillar.
Pyropathic Pillar.
I don't even know what that card does.
Same thing as Eidolon, except it's just an enchantment.
Doesn't seem that good in this situation.
No.
It's
Not
still
the best.
getting countered.
Yep.
Right now we need an exquisite Firecrafto.
Yeah.
And Josh to forget to cast Swords. No, Swords will get cancelled by Eidolon, right?
Yeah.
Unless a mentor gets in play.
Okay, so Josh is going to try to ult him. That's not good if he's keeping it on top.
That's always the worst feeling in the world when your opponent pluses and leaves it on top. It's like Josh just kind of doing some math.
Oh, that was nice of him.
Okay.
That was nice of Josh to let him have that one.
It's kind of awkward.
I do enjoy watching Jace +2 on a burn deck. There's like no way Josh can lose in this position. I feel like.
Well, if he pluses,
with the force, definitely not.
You're still on Firecraft or bust, right?
Firecraft would do it, and that's the only thing. So
if he pluses and leaves it on top, you fetch, and if he pluses and puts it on the bottom, you don't.
Yeah,
and
it's almost got to be right here though.
Yeah,
and even pillar. Yeah, it would have to be.
You just take.
Yep, you got to. Does he have another turn? He might not.
No, I think this is last turn.
Yeah, I'd crack that fetch.
So he's just gonna take the draw, which I don't think that can be right.
Probably not.
Could have been a bluff. Left it on top.
That would be so ballsy.
It would. There's no way. There's no way.
Kevin passes back.
Bounce.
Kevin Brian's acting like he's got to play here, so I wonder what that card is.
I bet you it's Price of Progress.
That looks like a lightning bolt.
Because that's definitely going to do it.
Fluster.
Down to 1.
Now he can't fetch.
Nope.
Game's over. Let me call the president and tell him to start the parade.
And click.
You can keep them.
I think Josh is okay with those.
No.
And crack, dead. Alright, so what we got here?
Blood Moon, chokes, exploration, everything we ever wanted in life.
Yeah. One guy being choked out.
One guy
Under
being Blood Moon.
Yeah.
Probably Paul runs the basic forest though, so he probably doesn't care as much.
Not too much, but I mean, let's see if it just ends right
So
here.
if he gets a splinter tool,
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
just a game over?
That should be it.
Should. So surgical on the punching fire.
Is that just a check, just to make
Just
sure?
to see if the coast is clear, I think. There is crop rotation, but Blood Moon will stop
Blood Moon.
any crazy thing.
There's no crossing grip.
This is it, right? It's over?
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. See if he misrepresents the game state again.
I'm sure he will. You can go out there and berate him. Only if you want.
I just want to go berate Paul. If he's going to beat me round 1 and then lose to this deck,
He lost last round too.
what did he lose to?
What did he lose to?
Josh? Burn?
Yeah,
Burn.
he lost to
No.
Josh.
Burn? Miracles.
Miracles.
Played Miracles.
Yeah, he lost to Miracles.
Yeah.
No, I never.
Twin went 3-1.
There you go.
Shaking my opponent's hand when they win. I like disagree with that whole sportsmanship thing. It's a waste of time.
All right. Well, that's 4 rounds in the books
Yeah.
of
What
New
did we
Meta
learn?
Legacy.
Miracles is overplayed. Weird stuff wins sometimes. Lands is still pretty good. I should be a better Rug Delver player.
Should
I'll
definitely try
still
harder.
cast lightning bolts at people's face. That works still. Yeah. This is the format you all wanted.
Even
More miracles, more burn, more weird stuff, right? So you're happy.
I learned a lesson. Even when you're not casting, you're still gonna end up casting.
Well, yeah, if I do crappy, I'm gonna.
No, I'm talking about me. I came around 2.
Yeah.
Oh, you came round 2?
Yeah.
Would you do
After
how'd you do
round
round
2.
1?
I didn't play. I went home, and then
Why'd you go
Brian's
home?
like he had to leave, so I told Brian I'd come and leave him.
Okay. Well,
Anyway,
Well, guys, thanks for joining us.
thank you so much.
We'll see you guys next Tuesday for some more Legacy action.
Tuesday
and
Legacy.
Terminus Life from the Loam.
Yeah, that too.
There you go.
All right, thanks guys.
Make it
Later.